and God has made a substitute, I say I will tread with caution. Not because I am afraid that Barrister Ogungbe will do anything otherwise. I will only say, Father, please protect him and continue to give him that energy, and as well as every other person that are making this young person, this man, to do valiantly. That yes, all of them at one point acting you one, but at the end of the day, what happened? We now found. I want to conclude on this, that every time that we are devoid of help, one way or the other, God will just bring, or a way we have open. For it is funny how some people do not believe that there is a God aspect on this matter. So when you see that somebody like me or some other person keep saying Ọlọ́run ni, they be like, shey you get, you know, for me concerning Sanshitu, I am not making a defense for him, and I cannot. It will not be, maybe like about 10 days or so, thereabout, I did something, you know, and I called the attention of Yeye Bagunwa to it. I said, this is my opinion, and this is what I want to do concerning it. I sent the detailed thing to her. I said, please look at it. Whatever your opinion about it, I will follow through. And she applauded it and said, this is good, only if the person to which it is addressed will take a positive stand. Meaning that I am talking as I am talking, I am not supporting anybody. But all the lawyers that had come on this matter, we had praised them at some point. And at any time that something will make us to begin to jitter, a way will open, somebody will come. Please, let us avoid comments that will make, God bless you everyone, that will make our enemies to take the main cause from us, which is whatever thing that we are on. Like, let me give you the example. When Ogungbe came, do you know that because of a simple picture that he took, that people saw, that he took with Davido, some hosts among us, they have begun castigating him, taking him to all platforms, shouting. Supposing as at that time, when that man, this man that we are all praising now, supposing he saw those remarks and say, I am not interested, and he walks away, what will happen? Wisdom is profitable to direct. Let us apply wisdom in everything. Today, the Ogungbe that you initially condemned has become the one that has carried the baton and is running with it. I am praying that it will end well in the name of Jesus. Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt. He did not take them to the promised land. He did not. It was Joshua, a younger person that had been trained, that had been under the tutelage of Moses. I am telling you, Ogungbe cannot because in their profession there is honor. That is why he was able to call the attention of Akingbolu to what he wrote to him, because this thing, as I have read it earlier, is a response by a learned person. We call them learned individual, learned colleague. people of intellect. So when the other man was not displaying the actual intellect that he should display, he responded. They don't come against each other by the ethic of that profession. They don't. Thank God he has continued now and to give us much peace. Please stay away from comments like, now we just got a lawyer. Àwọn tó ti ń bọ̀ láti ìgbà yìí ńkọ́? We praised them before. If they are no longer serving our purpose and God has given us, let us face front on a straight line. Àbí báwo lẹ ṣe máa ń sọ? Because we should not allow anything that will be making people come and jeer us at us anymore. Àti kọjá stage yẹn. Let me give you example. In this movement, do you know that some people, they have thrown sword at them? Not only did they throw sword at them, even they used the sword to pierce them, and there was a very terrible wound. The wound has healed though. The scar remained. Are those people still fraternizing the way they ought to? No, they walked away and moved on. The same thing also with these people that we are calling to offices to do one or two things. If they are no longer relevant for our cause, ẹ̀yin wọn nù, ẹ má tún máa fẹnu máa gbé wọn, so that àwọn ọ̀tá wọn á tún máa lò yẹn. In tá a bá ti rí, let us concentrate on it. This one is too loaded. Or whatever thing that this barrister Ogungbe has been doing, and they are enough. That's why I said, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa jóúnjẹ yìí lọ́nà kán tó tún gbé mi wá bá wa. I want to beg us, the few of us that are remaining, we are a strong force already, and we should not allow. That's why I said there is this my justice partner. We can talk, and I said to her, please, when you want to begin to bring to me the people that are already falling, whatever sin they are doing, it is a distraction to me. I am not interested in their life, and I can never. No, I can't. Because Barrister Ogungbe understands what assignment he has come for. That's why he is able to deliver right now. And I pray that he will continue to do the bidding of God, because there's no man that can do anything except the enablement is given by God. We all have different grace. On this justice for Mohbad, some people are the financier. On this justice for Mohbad, some people are the think tank. On this justice for Mohbad, all they do is just to like, oh, hello, I want you to look at this in this way. They give their counsel. That's all. All together, we are put together for one cause. Why? What is it? To get justice for Mohbad. The time of the sword, the time of whatever, it has passed. Please, I want to beg you. Tó bá jẹ́ wípé ìgbà tó fi ẹnu gbọ́n ba Ògúngbè yẹ́bẹ́yẹ́bẹ́ ń gbà yẹn ni, tóun náà ti wò wípé àwọn wo lélẹ̀ òun ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé wọn tí ẹ jẹ́ kóun ṣe kó yá máa lọ, ṣé a máa gbádùn ẹ̀ báyìí? Ẹ ti gbé sórí Facebook, ẹ ti gbé sórí Instagram torí wípé ẹ rí pé ó ya photo, an entertainment lawyer. Everything is content to you people, to those people. Please, let us take caution. That's my observation. Let us avoid derogatory comments. To you, Kinitilo Abi, Shitu Efile. To you now have Ogungbe walking. Even to me, self, hallelujah. And our prayer, it will end well in the name of Jesus. If it's the Joshua, let me tell you, do you know that Joshua, despite the fact that God still told him that, oh, now that you are leading, be strong and be of good cheer and be this, be that, He lived up to 110 years. And when he wanted to die, you know what God told him? He said, see, you are old already. And there are still many grounds for you that you have not conquered. On justice for Mohbad. Do you know the end of this thing? No. The only thing that we are sure of is that it will end well. But what time and what season, you do not know it. You don't know. A 400-meter dash, you know, when they want to do 400-meter relay race, if the first leg did not do it well, the second leg maybe corrected it a little, there is hope on the last leg. I usually love this who is this person, Shakari. Whenever she's in the American team to take the baton from the nest, me too, I will now sit down as if I know how to run. Because the moment the baton is passed to her, I say, go Shakari, because I know that she cannot fail. God bless you, sir. Oh man. Do you get? Let us rely on God and let us believe that the baton has been passed to Ogungbe. May he end well. May he end well. May he end strong. In the name of Jesus. The journey is still ahead. Until we get to the Canaan land, we cannot begin to rejoice yet. Let us watch our words. So God bless you. God bless you. Now I want to go into the Ogungbe and Ogungbe attorney's response. Wow, it was really wonderful. For those of us that was not there or on Daddy Tarzan's platform, thank you, Shodamai. God bless you. For those of us for those people that were not on Daddy Tarzan's platform, and you want to listen to it, it has been passed to some hosts. Yes, I want to believe. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. So I am going to read it, and like I said, ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí, mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ díẹ̀. So for those of us that understands Yoruba on a straight line, know that if there is anyone that I read and I did not translate it well, ma kosi comment section. And if you have any question to ask, put it in the comment section. We have the wise ones here. Kì í ṣe mi o, àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n ńláńlá tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa lè dá wa lóhùn. They will be able to. So I was busy that time because some people said they were busy, they could not listen. We are going to start now. I don't know. It's 22 pages, and with interpretation and all, maybe this will be running to like about 1 hour, 2 hours thereabout. Emma worry. I used to say, I can't do long live stream. Shebi mo nka ni. And now, oh yeah. So let's go there. Eka ma ba wa tabu. Emma ba wa tabu. God bless you. You already know we pay ìsọ̀rọ̀ ní gbèsè. This letter came because Akingbolu and Salau Akingbolu, they sent a message to Barrister Oladayo Ogungbe's chamber, which is Ogungbe and Ogungbe attorneys. They now responded because it's not Igi Kon Dagboshe is not alone in that chamber. They responded, and this is the response. 20th May 2026, the managing partner Salau Akingbolu and Co. 23 Alaja Kofoworola Crescent off Awolowo Road, Ikeja, Lagos. Attention, Kabir Akingbolu Esquire. Attention, Kabir Akingbolu Esquire. Dear sir, the heading says, when you say meaning that we are referencing what was previously sent. So the heading is broadcasting and publication of defamatory words against, I'm reading what they wrote to, Mrs. Omawumi Cynthia Aloba, and demand for retraction and apology. Ní Yorùbá, ìpolongo àti títẹ̀jáde ọ̀rọ̀ ìbanilórúkọjẹ́ sí abilékọ Ọmọwùmí Cynthia Aloba. Àwọn iléeṣẹ́ Akíngbolu wípé ẹ fa ọ̀rọ̀ náà padà kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ tọrọ àforíjì. Àkòrí ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Now, we are going to the body. He said we act as solicitors to Mr. Joseph. God bless you. Be asking questions. I will be looking. I will be looking at it. And the one that I can answer. I see why Omawumi Adebanjo now calling her Aloba. Listen, God bless you for that answer. For that question. It was from the chambers of Kabir Akingbolu that a letter was sent to Ogungbe and Ogungbe attorneys. Definitely from Kabir Akingbolu, they will be addressing their clients as Mrs. Omawumi Cynthia because that's their belief. And so, Barrister Ogungbe from their chamber responded as per what was sent to them. So we will move on. Thank you for that question. So that's, I said, if you have any question, please let's have it there so that if I can't answer, I know that we have the warriors there. They will answer. We act as solicitors to Mr. Joseph Aloba and members of the Aloba family. And we write in response to your letter alleging that our partner, Mr. Oladayo Ogungbe Esquire, defamed your client during an interview granted on a TikTok live section hosted by One Immunizer. We have carefully reviewed the contents of your correspondence and our client's instructions thereon. At the outset, we must state unequivocally that the allegations of defamation contained in your letter are misconceived, legally unsustainable, and constitute a deliberate distortion of the context, the purpose, and substance of the statement complained of. Your attempt to weaponize the law of defamation in order to silence, please listen, legitimate public concern, legal commentary, and the constitutional right of citizens to demand accountability over the controversial death of late Ileri Oluwa Promise Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad, cannot stand in law. Ní kúkúrú, àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ aṣòfin wọ́n ní wípé ilé-iṣẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò ti Ògúngbé Ògúngbè wọ́n ní pé àwọn ríwèé yín gbà o, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ kọ̀wé sí wa, aṣojú àti agbẹnusọ fún ìdílé Aloba àti Joseph Aloba la jẹ́. Àwa gba ìwé látọ̀dọ̀ yín níbi tẹ́ ti fi ẹ̀sùn kan ìkan nínú wa tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Ọládayọ̀ Ògúngbè níbi tí ó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìkànnì TikTok tí ẹnìkan tí ó jẹ́ ẹni tó ní ojú ewé náà tí wọ́n ń pè ní Immunizer tó ṣe agbátẹrù rẹ̀ níbi tí ẹ ti ń fi ẹ̀sùn ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ kan àwọn yìí lórí ìkànnì nígbà náà wípé ẹni arábìnrin tí wọ́n mọ̀ sí Ọmọwùnmí Cynthia yìí tí wọ́n fi ẹ̀sùn kàn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ lórí àwọn nǹkan kan tó jẹ́ wípé ó ti wà níta gbangba torí wọ́n ní ìgbìyànjú yín láti lè mú ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ ó ṣe kókó tí ó sì ti kárí ayé tó wà ní gbogbo ìta gbangba láti lè tẹ́ńbẹ́lú rẹ̀ láti lè mú yẹpẹrẹ kí àwọn tó ń béèrè ìdí ọ̀rọ̀ kí wọ́n má bàa ní òye ẹ̀ wípé kò lè dúró lábẹ́ òfin. ṣé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń jẹ́ Yorùbá ṣé ẹ wà ń bẹ̀ àbí ká máa kà á lọ lédè òyìnbó bẹ́ẹ̀. ìyẹn jẹ́ bí ìkíní. wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ àkòrí ọ̀rọ̀. They started the subtopics, subheadings on the purported okay, God bless you. On the purported defamation of calling Wunmi a suspect in the death of Mohbad. Àwọn àkòrí tí wọ́n kọ láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn Akíngbolu nìyẹn o. On the purported defamation of calling Wunmi a suspect in the death of Mohbad. Ní kúkúrú èdè, in tí wọ́n ṣàtẹnumọ́ ń bẹ̀ àwọn Akíngbolu ní ìfẹ̀sùn ìbanilórúkọjẹ́ kan Ọládayọ̀ Ògúngbè tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àwọn alámòjútó iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè. Wọ́n wá ń dáhùn wọ́n ní wípé ẹ̀sùn yìí on the purported defamation of calling Wunmi a suspect in the death of Mohbad wípé ẹ fi ẹ̀sùn afurasí ẹ fi kan Wunmi nínú ikú Mohbad. Àkòrí àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Contrary to the erroneous interpretation placed on the publication by your office, our partner merely articulated the concerns, the fears and suspicion consistently maintained by the Aloba family and millions of Nigerians regarding the circumstances surrounding the death of the deceased. Wọ́n ní bí ẹ ti sọ wípé wọ́n fi ẹ̀sùn afurasí kan Wunmi, ọ̀rọ̀ ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ihun tí Ògúngbè ṣe ni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń jà ràìnràìn lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ ó ti ń jà ràìnràìn lọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn ìkànnì. Àwọn ìdílé Alọ́ba wọ́n sì ti ń fi ẹ̀rù ọkàn wọn hàn. Wọ́n ti ń fi ìpayà wọn hàn nítorí wípé àwọn èèyàn sọ àwọn nǹkan kan àti àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn fúnra wọn gan pàápàá ti rí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ẹ̀sùn afurasí tí wọ́n fi kan Wunmi kò déédé wáyé. In tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wọ́n mú wọn ló mú kí Ọládayọ̀ Ògúngbè yànnàná ẹ̀ fún àwọn ènìyàn ní ọjọ́ náà. The law is firmly settled that where words complained of amounts to expression of opinion, suspicion, concern, fair comment or legitimate inference drawn from facts already in the public domain on a matter of immense public interest, such publication cannot ground an action in defamation. Tó in tí wọ́n sọ ni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé ó mú ká máa fura àbí kẹ́rù ó máa bani tó jẹ́ wípé ó ti wà káàkiri ẹ wá lè sọ wípé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn o òun lè fi ba orúkọ èèyàn jẹ́ nítorí in tó gbá òfin nídìí òun ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Òfin ti fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ó jáde látẹnu àwọn ènìyàn, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jáde látẹnu àwọn ènìyàn tó sì ń fi ara pẹ́ òtítọ́ ẹ ò lè kà á sí wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n ẹ jẹ́ á máa tẹ̀síwájú ẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń bá wa rọra fọwọ́ tọ́ èyẹn. In the celebrated case of New Breed Organization Limited versus Ehomo Sele 2006 5 NWLR PT 974499, the Supreme Court held that fair comment and qualified privilege avail a defendant who honestly expresses an opinion on a matter of public importance without malice. The death of a globally celebrated music icon under highly controversial circumstances undoubtedly remains a matter of serious public concern upon which citizens, lawyers, and the families of the deceased are entitled to comment. So, àlàyé yẹn ní kúkúrú ni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbà nídìí ó wà bí ó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin New Breed Organization Limited àti Ehomo Sele. Wọ́n sì dárúkọ wípé ní ilé ẹjọ́ àgbà Supreme Court wípé wọ́n ti fi ìdí òfin yẹn múlẹ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó bá jáde nínú òtítọ́ ọkàn tó sì jẹ́ wípé gbangba òun lọ̀rọ̀ náà jẹ́ tí kò sì mú ìkùnsínú kankan dání àfi òtítọ́, wípé n tó ṣe pàtàkì ni wípé àti agbẹjọ́rò àti àwọn ẹbí o àti àwọn ènìyàn tó wà ní ìgboro wọ́n lè sọ ọ̀rọ̀ náà láì kò sí ìbẹ̀rù bojo, àti wípé ẹni tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ yìí gbajúgbajà olórin màní, ẹni tó jẹ́ wípé ikú tó pa á ó sì mú àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ tí wọn ò tí ì lè rí dáhùn sí. Ẹni tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ bá irú ikú tó pa á ó mú awuyewuye dání, kódà wọn ò tí ì rí ìdí ẹ̀, wọn ò sì tí ì rí òtítọ́ ẹ̀, kò wá sí ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ nínú ẹ̀, kò sì sí ẹ̀sùn ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ kankan. It is equally important to state that your client has deliberately omitted the factual substratum upon which the statement complained of were made. Wọ́n ní wípé gbólóhùn tá a ṣe àlàyé ẹ̀ tán yìí, Akíngbólú Kàbírù ó mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ yẹ ọ̀rọ̀ náà lẹ̀, èyí tó ṣe kókó nínú ẹ̀ kò mẹ́nu bà. Ó fẹ́ máa lo wípé ká máa lo nǹkan bíi àánú àbí láti máa fi fa bí ọgbẹ́ ọkàn, bí pé ká máa lo ìkáàánú láti lè fa ọkàn àwọn ènìyàn mọ́ra tí kìí sì ń ṣe ohun tó tọ́ rárá. The comments of our partner did not emerge from imagination, malice, or reckless fabrication. They arose from evidence already ventilated before the coroner's court. Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré mú yẹn. Wọ́n ní wípé ìdáhùn tí agbẹjọ́rò Ògúngbè tó dáhùn kò kàn sọ̀rọ̀ ṣá, kò sọ̀rọ̀ lásán. In tó sọ ó ti ní ìkínlẹ́yìn. Ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí gbogbo àwọn àkọsílẹ̀ ẹbẹ̀ ó ti ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀, àwọn ẹ̀rí tí àwọn ènìyàn tí wọ́n ti sọ sílẹ̀ òun ló mú jáde tó fi ń dáhùn àwọn ìbéèrè tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n ó fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọjọ́ yẹn lórí ìkànnì TikTok. So he said they arose from evidence already ventilated before the coroner's court, testimonies given under oath, contradictions in witness accounts, unresolved forensic issues, and other suspicions surrounding facts which continue to generate public concern. Ògúngbè kò kàn lanu sọ̀rọ̀ lásán, kò kàn lanu sọ̀rọ̀ lásán, ó sọ̀rọ̀ láti àwọn àkọsílẹ̀ èyí tó jẹ́ wípé ó jáde gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀rí lábẹ́ ìbúra, èyí tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí míì tó wọ ilé ẹjọ́ yẹn wá tí wọ́n wá sọ àti wípé àwọn àyẹ̀wò tó múnádóko tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe tí wọn ò ṣe bíi àti ìdébẹ̀ ẹ má ti jẹ́ kí n fò. Now the coroner's proceeding itself exposed several material contradictions, investigative lapses, and unresolved factual issues surrounding the circumstances of the deceased death. Most significantly, the sworn testimonies of Owodunni Ibrahim Oluwatosin, popularly known as Prime Boy, Ayobami Sodiq, aka Spending, Boluwatife Adeyemo, aka Darosha, and Fidelis Esanbo. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí wábẹ̀ àkọsílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè wọ́n wá ń ṣe lálàyé fún àwọn Akíngbolú wípé àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí tó wá ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n sọ tó jẹ́ wípé àkọsílẹ̀ wà wípé ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí wọ́n gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó dáńtọ́ lórí wọn. Wọ́n dárúkọ àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí kan lára àwọn tó wá. Wọ́n ní Owódùnní Ibrahim Olúwatósìn tá a mọ̀ sí Prime Boy, Ayọ̀bámi Sodiq tí wọ́n tìnagijẹ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Spending, Bólúwatifẹ́ Adéyẹmọ tìnagijẹ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Darosha, àti Fidelis Esanbo, awakọ̀ èyí tó jẹ́ wípé ó gbé Mohbad. Wọ́n ní pé gbogbo wọn nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ sílẹ̀ wọ́n gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí wọ́n máa múlò ní ilé ẹjọ́ náà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fọwọ́ tọ́ ojú fóònù ẹ ṣe wọ́n ti ń sọ wípé inactivity ẹ máa bá wa táàpù náà. Please, they are saying that they have detected inactivity. Please help me be tapping. God bless you. And just continue to listen. God bless you. Now, let me continue. The driver, okay, collectively, they have revealed that your client had engaged in a physical altercation with the deceased less than 24 hours before his untimely demise. In táwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ yìí ń dáhùn ní wípé Akíngbolú o, ìwé tẹ́ ẹ kọ sí wa ẹ kàn mẹ́nu bà àwọn nǹkan tí ò fìdí múlẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó fìdí múlẹ̀ tó wà nínú àkọsílẹ̀ àbájáde ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí ó fi hàn wípé ní wákàtí 24 sí àkókò ikú olóògbé ẹni tẹ́ ẹ pè tẹ́ ẹ sọ wípé ẹ̀ ń ṣojú fún tí a mọ̀ sí Wùnmí ó mà bá olóògbé jà. Òun ló fà á táwa fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ nínú àwọn ẹ̀rí tá a ṣàjọ èèyàn àwọn iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbé and Ògúngbè. These depositions, which form part of the official record of the coroner's proceeding, undeniably created reasonable grounds for suspicion and justified further scrutiny of your client's role and conduct preceding the death of the deceased. In law and in logic, where a person is shown by credible evidence to have had a violent confrontation with a deceased shortly before death, it cannot be termed malicious or defamatory for concerned family members to demand a thorough investigation into such a person's possible involvement. Wọ́n ní nínú lábẹ́ òfin àti pé nínú àròjinlẹ̀, in law and in logic, lábẹ́ òfin àti nínú àròjinlẹ̀, níbi tí ó ti hàn pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rí èyí tá a kọ sílẹ̀ àti èyí tá a fẹnu sọ wípé ẹnìkan bá èèyàn kan jà ẹni yẹn sì jáde láyé, a ò lè kà á pé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni tí wọ́n bá ń sọ wípé ẹni yìí o afurasí ni, àbí tí wọ́n fi ẹ̀sùn kàn wípé òun ló jẹ́ kí ẹ̀mí kó bọ́ lára ẹni tí ó ṣolóògbé. Now, the next paragraph. ó wá ní furthermore our client personally observed at the residence of the deceased immediately following his passing a duvet heavily soaked in red fluid because of this life. Mi ò pé bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ ó ti yé yín, what they wrote you understand. Heavily soaked in red fluid, a fact which profoundly heightened the suspicion surrounding the actual circumstances of death. Now àlàyé rẹ̀ wípé à ń tẹ̀ síwájú o wípé ní ilé ibi tí olóògbé ti jáde láyé ẹ̀rí wà ń bẹ̀ wípé aṣọ tí ó kún tí ó rin, yes ẹ jẹ́ kí n lo tí ó rin fún omi pupa oje wípé wọ́n rí nínú ilé yẹn, wípé yìí náà ló tún gbà láàyè káwọn ó máa rò ó kí wọ́n dẹ̀ máa fura wípé ikú olóògbé yìí kò ṣe lásán, wípé ó ti lọ́wọ́ kan ìkà nínú o. God bless you. This account was not an isolated or conceived narrative, as it has since been independently corroborated by one Folashade Adeyemo, the younger sister to the deceased mother, who was equally present at the scene. Ṣé ẹ rántí ṣáájú láìpẹ́ wípé àníṣe ní ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn agbẹjọ́rò Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè wọ́n ń ṣe lálàyé wípé nígbà tí ẹni tí àwọn ń ṣe agbẹnusọ fún tí ń ṣe Joseph Alọ́ba tí wọ́n ní ó wọlé wọ́n lórí aṣọ tó ti rin fún oje. Wọ́n wá ní wípé ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn ń sọ yìí kì í ṣe àsọrò àbí kì í sì ń ṣe àsọdùn, nítorí wípé ẹlẹ́rìí míì tún wà tí wọ́n ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Fọláṣadé Adéyẹmọ, ọ̀dọ́bìnrin, a younger sister, àbúrò ìyá olóògbé, tó sọ wípé òun rí aṣọ tí ó rin fún oje pupa. Kódà wọ́n ní fọ́nrán tí ó fi sọ ó wà lórí ayélujára. In a video currently circulating online, the said Folashade Adeyemo unequivocally confirmed that she saw clothing belong to the deceased soaked in red fluid. I am reading it that way, yeah. And openly questioned the unusual quantity of the red fluid present at the scene. Her emotional statement clearly reflects the genuine concern, confusion, and suspicion shared by members of the Aloba family, and demonstrates that the apprehensions expressed by our clients were neither fabricated nor actuated by malice, but arose naturally from disturbing physical observation and surrounding circumstances in the said video. Now, let me go back. Wọ́n ní pé in táwọn sọ kì í ṣe àsọdùn, kò sì wá látọkàn wípé wọ́n kàn fẹ́ máa pe orúkọ èèyàn kan ṣá láti máa tẹ́ orúkọ yẹn. Ẹ̀rí ńlá tó jẹ́ wípé ti ọkàn ìbànújẹ́ àti ẹ̀dùn wá tí ọmọbìnrin tí à ń pè ní Fọláṣadé Adéyẹmọ tó sọ jáde, òun ló jẹ́ kí ìdílé Alọ́ba gan kí wọ́n máa sọ wípé lásán kọ́ ni ikú ọmọ àwọn jẹ́ o. Wọ́n wá sọ wípé Fọláṣadé Adéyẹmọ nínú fọ́nrán yẹn ó sọ ní èdè Yorùbá, wọ́n kọ o, ẹ wòwe, mo máa kà á sí yín létí. Ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí ọmọbìnrin yẹn sọ. Ó ní Wùnmí, ṣé o fẹ́ sọ fún mi pé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá Mohbad sọ nípa ẹ ó jẹ́ irọ́ ni? Ṣé o mọ̀ pé ìgbà tí a wá sí ibẹ̀ náà mo rí àwọn aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí mo sì béèrè lọ́wọ́ àǹtí mi pé báwo ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó báyìí? O mọ̀ pé kò sí ẹni tó bi ẹ́ lọ́rọ̀ náà. À ń wò ó pé kò tí ì yá, pé bóyá à ń wò ó pé ó ní nurse ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Wùnmí wípé òun nọ́ọ̀sì ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Wùnmí ọwọ́ ẹ bá wà nínú ikú Mohbad ò ní lọ scot free o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ má kóòtì mi o, mò ń kà á ni o. Ẹ dákun. Wùnmí ọwọ́ ẹ bá wà nínú ikú Mohbad ò ní lọ scot free o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọlá ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń rùn láàrin èmi àti Mohbad òun ni Ọlọ́run máa bá mi fi jẹ́. Ó jẹ́ ká lose ọmọ yìí. Mi ò tí ì sọ pé ìwọ ló pa. Mi ò sọ pé Sam Larry àti Naira Marley ò lọ́wọ́ nínú rẹ̀. Àmọ́ ẹni tí ikú ilé ò bá pani tó dé ò lè pani. Ọ̀rọ̀ wà nínú mi tí mo fẹ́ sọ. Mo kàn dákẹ́ ni mò ń wò. Àti àwọn olórí burúkú tí ẹ jọ kó ara yín jọ, tí ẹ kó ara yín jọ, tí ẹ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀, tí ẹ jọ ń ṣe bó ṣe wù yín. Èmi kàn ń wò yín ni o. Bí Mohbad ṣe dùn mí ó yàtọ̀ sí bí ó ṣe dùn everybody. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa bá mi tap, wọ́n á tún sọ nísìnyí wípé kò sí activity ńbẹ̀. Mo kàn dákẹ́ mò ń wò nítorí pé ó kàn mí légbò. Wùnmí ọwọ́ ẹ bá wà nínú ikú Mohbad ò ní lọ láì jìyà o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún ẹ. Fọláṣadé fọ́nrán tí ó ṣe nìyẹn. That was the clip that was online circulating. The said words can be interpreted in English as follows. Wùnmí, you want to tell me that all what Mohbad's father said about you are all lies? You know, when we came to the house, I saw clothes soaked with red fluid that I was curious to ask my auntie, where is this much red fluid? You know, no one asked this question because we are all waiting for the right time. We felt you were still mourning your husband. Wùnmí, if you have anything to do with the death of Mohbad, you won't go scot-free. Yes, for the sake of the fluid running through me and Mohbad, God will punish you. You made us lose him. I am not accusing you of buying him. In fact, I haven't said Naira Marley and Sam Larry are not involved. I have a lot underneath, but I still choose to be silent. All you unfortunate human beings that came together doing rubbish, I still choose to look away. The way the cry of Mohbad pains me is kind of different from other people's pains. I just choose to be silent. Wùnmí, if you have hands in Mohbad's pie, you won't go scot-free. Let's move on. More importantly, the law is firmly settled that where words are spoken or published in the context of reporting suspected criminal conduct, demanding investigation or communicating concerns to law enforcement authorities, such communication enjoys the protection of qualified privilege, and same is made in pursuit of a legitimate interest or public duty. Our clients, as directed family members of the deceased, as well as their legal team, possess not only a moral obligation but also a legal and constitutional right to seek clarification, accountability, and justice concerning the suspicious spy of their son. Wọ́n ní pàtàkì iléeṣẹ́ àwọn lábẹ́ òfin wọ́n ti fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé títẹ̀ jáde àbí sísọ ọ̀rọ̀ jáde nípa ẹ̀sùn ìpànìyàn, criminal conduct, èyí tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ìwádìí lé lórí, kò sí nǹkan kan tó gbọ́dọ̀ di lọ́wọ́ tó bá ti jẹ́ wípé òkodoro ní àwọn ohun tí ó jẹ́ pé ó ń ṣarajọ bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń pòwe pé in tó jo ohun là á fi wé bí eégún àtìrò bí ti ń wọlé tẹ́nìyàn àtìrò ń jáde o kò sówe yẹn ń bẹ̀ mo pa á mọ́ ni o ẹ má bínú. wọ́n ní àwọn ẹbí wọ́n ti darí wípé kí òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ àti òtítọ́ kó bá lè jáde kó bá lè hàn jáde òun ni wọ́n ṣe fi ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n gbé yẹn. Our client has directed family members of the deceased as well as their legal team possess not only a moral obligation but also a legal and constitutional right to seek clarification, accountability and justice concerning the plight of their son. Consequently, any petition, publication or statement made by our clients or their counsel for the purpose of urging the Nigerian police force and other competent authorities to conduct a comprehensive investigation cannot reasonably be construed as defamation, where the facts and circumstances disclosed gave rise to reasonable suspicion requiring official inquiry. Wọ́n ní wípé ìgbésẹ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé Ògúngbè wá gbé látàrí bí ẹbí Alọ́ba bí wọ́n ti sọ wípé arúmọjẹ ń bẹ nínú ikú ọmọ àwọn. Wọ́n ní wípé ìgbésẹ̀ tí Ògúngbè gbé ni láti sọ wípé kí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá kí wọ́n fi ojú wò ó fíní in tó jẹ́ wípé ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bí wọ́n ti fẹ́ wá òkodoro òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ikú ọ̀dọ́langba yìí wípé kò wá sí nǹkan kan tó yẹ kí ẹnìkankan ó máa fi ẹ̀sùn ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ kan ni nítorí pé òtítọ́ ni gbogbo àwọn àkọọ́lẹ̀ èyí tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti ní èdè abínibí Yorùbá yìí. It was precisely because the coroner's proceeding failed to conclusively resolve this glaring inconsistency and suspicious circumstances that our client instructed our firm to prepare and submit a fresh petition to the Inspector General of Police seeking an independent, comprehensive and unbiased reinvestigation into the plight of the deceased. Ẹ jẹ́ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ilé-iṣẹ́. Ní sì ṣe lálàyé wípé ilé-iṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè wọ́n ní wípé àbájáde kóòtù ìwádìí pẹ̀lú àkọsílẹ̀ tí kò tẹ́ni lọ́rùn òun ló mú kí ìdílé Alọ́ba kí wọ́n kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè tí wọ́n sì yan Ọládayọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí agbẹnusọ tó wá kọ ìwé sí ọ̀gágun àgbà ọlọ́pàá wípé ẹ dákun o ẹ wá bá wa tún lọ́ọ́ tanná sí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí toró ṣóòkùn lójú wa ẹ bá wa wọ́ òfin ní àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ wípé a ti rí bó ti ń rà wá lójú báyìí tí wọ́n sì ń gbìyànjú láti da ewé bò mọ́lẹ̀ ẹ bá wa tú u jáde láti lè fìdí òtítọ́ múlẹ̀ èyí tó fa ikú àbáàdì olóògbé. Wọ́n wá kọ ìwé kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn látàrí àwọn in tó ṣe pàtàkì tó ṣe òkodoro tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá kí wọ́n wò. Let me take that point again. Nítorí pé I think if you are following it ẹ máa tàpù ẹ ṣe ẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ tap. If you are following the ones that we have been reading they are just yeah. But the main thing, I will take that one again. Listen, oh, Justice family, that we will now thank God and give credit to this man that has the blood of the youth burning in him, Ọládayọ̀ Ògúngbè. Tí wọ́n pè ní kí náà pè ná ayélálá lọ́yà iná sì láyélálá ó ń jó bí iná ni. I will take that point again. It was precisely because the coroner's proceeding failed to conclusively resolve these glaring inconsistency and suspicious circumstances that our clients instructed our firm to prepare and submit a fresh petition to the Inspector General of Police seeking an independent, listen, independent, comprehensive, unbiased re-investigation into the cause of the disease. The petition was founded entirely on facts already disclosed in public proceedings, sworn testimonies, physical observation at the scene, and other surrounding circumstances which collectively warranted further investigation. Now, ẹ jẹ́ n ṣàlàyé àbájáde ilé-ẹjọ́ ìwádìí tí kò múnádóko, èyí tó lárúmọjẹ nínú, tó lẹ́jà ń bá kàn bẹ́ẹ̀, òun ló gbà á pé kí ìdílé Alọ́ba kí wọ́n kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àtògúngbè wípé ìyànjẹ ti wà ní bí ikú ọmọ wa ti rí o. Ọwọ́ ti jọ ọwọ́ Jákọ́bù Ísọ̀, ohùn ti jọ ti Jákọ́bù o. Ó ti ní bá nínú. Wọ́n wá sọ wípé kí iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àtògúngbè kí wọ́n kọ ìwé sí ọ̀gágun ọlọ́pàá àgbà nílùú Àbújá kí wọ́n ṣe ìwádìí tí kò ní lẹ́jà ń bá kàn nínú. Èyí tó jẹ́ pé yóò fìdí múlẹ̀ tí ó lọ́rìn. Èyí tó jẹ́ wípé kò ní sí arúmọjẹ nínú ẹ̀, an unbiased reinvestigation sínú ikú ọmọ wọn. Tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí ní ilé kóòtù ìwádìí, ọlọ́pàá kankan ò yọjú. Èyí tó yọjú ò gbé fáìlì, kódà kò sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́ ìbúra rárá. Now, therefore, your attempt to characterize our partner's interview with our client as defamatory is not only legally unsustainable, but amounts to an improper attempt to silence grieving family members from exercising their lawful right to demand justice. Remember, it was Salau Akingbolu and co. that wrote a letter to Ogungbe and Ogungbe's chamber with the heading broadcasting and publication of defamatory words against Mrs. Omowumi Cynthia Aloba, demand for retraction and apology. Now, Ogungbe and Ogungbe partners, they now began to, they put together qualified informations which was sourced from the coroner and visible evidences in the surroundings in the event of Mohbad's demise. They put it together. So Akingbolu, and this response now is addressing Akingbolu's partner, that whatever thing they push to us, it is malicious, mischievous, and confusing. We have spoken from facts, not from imagination. And the attempt of Akingbolu is just to continue to make the Aloba's family to continue in their misery of sadness of losing a son without being without the cause of his death being exposed. So they now said, we are not caught in that too. We will explain to you the reason why what you are accusing us of is not acceptable to us. In táwọn Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè tí wọ́n ṣàlàyé ni wípé ẹ̀sùn tẹ́ ẹ fi kàn wá ní ẹ̀sùn ìbanilórúkọjẹ́ rárá, gbogbo ń tá a ti ń sọ ni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́yìn ń sọ jáde ẹ fẹ́ máa tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ èyí tó ṣe kókó wípé ikú àìtọ́jọ́ ikú tó mú ìbéèrè púpọ̀ dání ló pa Mohbad. Àwọn ẹbí sì fẹ́ mọ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́yìn ń gbé ni láti lè tẹ́ńbẹ́lú irú ikú náà àti pé kí àwọn ènìyàn kí wọ́n lè mú ọkàn kúrò ńbẹ̀. Àwọn Ògúngbèsì sọ pé rárá títí wọ́n fi tú ọ̀rọ̀ náà dé ìsàlẹ̀ kòkò àwọn ò ní padà o. Ẹ jẹ́ á pàtẹ́wọ́ fún mi. In order not to sound like a broken record, we maintain that the purported and alleged defamatory words which you have reproduced and interpreted to suit the narrative of your client form the basis upon which the Aloba family has instructed our firm to author a fresh petition. Àti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n ti tó sọ wípé iṣu atẹnumọ́ràn nǹkan o kì í jóná. Ipe ọ̀rọ̀ yín àwọn Akígbolú náà bá wíyan ọ̀rọ̀ yín tẹ́ ẹ ti ń sọ látìgbà yìí ìyí tó jẹ́ pé ó wà lórí ìkànnì ayélujára òun ló ta ara àwọn Alọ́ba ló ta wọ́n lára ló jẹ́ kí wọ́n wá bá àwa ní iléeṣẹ́ àwa wípé sẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn wọ̀nyí ń sọ ó mú ìfura lọ́wọ́ torí wípé bí ò bá nídìí obìnrin kì í jẹ́ kúmólú. Ẹ wá bá wa kọ̀wé sáwọn tó jẹ́ wípé alámòjútó àgbà tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe ìwádìí lọ́rìn kẹ́ ẹ bá wa wádìí nítorí wípé ìdáhùn tá a fẹ́ gbọ́ lórí irú ikú tó pa ọmọ wa àti ìgbọ́ ní tí wọ́n sọ nìyẹn. Now let me now say this decision became necessary after our client carefully examined the very coroner inquest that you have heavily relied on and were able to identify over 24 lacunae in the last investigation by the police leading to the said coroner. For the avoidance of doubt, the Aloba family has identified the following areas. Iléeṣẹ́ Sàláwù Akígbolú wọ́n ní ṣebí kòrónà ilé-ẹjọ́ ìwádìí wípé ṣèbó ti sọ wípé ẹni táwọn ṣojú fún kò jẹ̀bi wípé wọ́n ti wẹ̀ ẹ́ mọ́. Iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè wá ń sọ wípé ilé-ẹjọ́ ìwádìí kì í wẹ̀ ní mọ́ wípé wọn ò lè wẹ̀ èèyàn mọ́. Àkọsílẹ̀ tí wọ́n kọ sílẹ̀ pàápàá tí ẹ̀yin Akígbolú tẹ́ ń tọ́ka sí wípé ìyẹn lẹ́fẹ̀yìntì ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ òun làwọn ohun kò tọ́ tó jáde níbẹ̀ o. Ó jẹ́ 24 kódà ó tún lé jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Àwọn ohun tó jẹ́ pé àrítọ́ka sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi ìṣó wípé ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí wọn ṣeṣẹ́ tó tọ́. Èyí tẹ́yìn Akígbolú dẹ̀ ń sọ ni wípé wọ́n ti ṣàṣeparí iṣẹ́ wọn. Rárá, ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí ò lè ṣeṣẹ́ parí tí wọ́n ní wípé kí wọ́n wádìí wọn sì fìdí ọ̀rọ̀ múlẹ̀. Òun nìdílé Alọ́ba ṣe fi ń pariwo wípé àwọn ò tí ì rí ìdáhùn sí irú ikú tó pa ọmọ àwọn. Now let us listen to the 24 lacunas that was picked out from the coroner inquest report, the CTC. Number 1, it has 24. Comprehensive forensic analysis of all phones belonging to the deceased and key suspects. Èkíní nìyẹn, ìwé tí wọ́n kọ ni wípé wọ́n fẹ́ kí àwọn ọlọ́pàá kí wọ́n lọ tú ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà nínú ilé ní ọjọ́ tí olóògbé jáde láyé. Comprehensive forensic analysis of all phones belonging to the deceased and key suspects. Ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká olóògbé wọ́n ní kí wọ́n tú àti ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú ilé. Ṣé ẹ rántí wípé mo sọ pé àwọn iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè wọ́n ti kọ ìwé sí ọ̀gá ọlọ́pàá àgbà nílùú Àbújá wípé ẹjọ́ kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn ló jáde láti kóòtù ìwádìí o, àti wípé à ń fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ bá wa lọ tú gbogbo àwọn ìta akọ sí yín kẹ́ ẹ tú désàlẹ̀ kòkò. Ó sì jẹ́ 24. Wọ́n wá ní èkíní òun ni wípé ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká olóògbé àti gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n wà láyìíká ẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́mi bọ́ lára ẹ̀, ẹ lọ bá wa tú. Ìyẹn jẹ́ ení. Èkejì, number 2, recovery of deleted messages, chats and call logs. Wípé gbogbo àwọn àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ àti àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àti gbogbo ìpè lákòókò tí olóògbé bóyá láti ọjọ́ 9 nínú oṣù 9 ọdún 2023 tó fi dé ọjọ́ 13 sí 14 oṣù 9 yẹn, wípé kí wọ́n lọ bá wọn gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ti parẹ́ kúrò ńbẹ̀, kí wọ́n lọ wọ ilé iṣẹ́ àwọn tó ń ṣe ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká, kí wọ́n lọ máa bá wọn gbé àwọn àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ yẹn jáde. Nǹkan tí iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àtògúngbè tí wọ́n kọ sí àwọn ọlọ́pàá àgbà nílùú Àbújá nìyẹn. In tó yẹ kó ti kọ́kọ́ ṣe tí wọ́n ti ń pariwo ẹ̀ pé kí wọ́n ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe, wọ́n wá ti kọ̀wé sìn wípé ẹ bá wa tanná wo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Recovery of deleted messages, chats and call logs. Number 2, we are talking about 24 lacunas that the Ògúngbè and Ògúngbè chamber, they have been able to pick out from the CTC as well as the evidences surrounding where Mohbad died. Number 3, determination of geolocation data and movement timeline of all parties. Ṣé ẹ rántí wípé Mohbad ó gbéra láti ilé ẹ̀ ní Orchid ó lọ sí Ìkòròdú, wọ́n tún gbéra láti Ìkòròdú wọ́n wálé. Nǹkan tí wọ́n wá ń sọ bí mo ṣe ń túmọ̀ ẹ̀ ni wípé bí wọ́n ṣe máa lo ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ sáyẹ́ǹsì tí wọ́n máa lọ fi tú bí wọ́n ṣe rìn láti ilé kan agbègbè kan sí agbègbè míì àtàwọn ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀, wípé gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣeé ṣe lábẹ́ ìwádìí ìmọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì fún Mohbad àti gbogbo àwọn tó bá kọ́wọ́rìn ní ọjọ́ tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n ní pé kán lọ ṣe ìtanáwádìí ẹ̀. Ẹ má máa wò ó pé ṣó ṣeé ṣe, ó ṣeé ṣe nítorí ọ̀làjú àti ohun gbogbo ó ti ṣetán, ó ti lùjára, ayé ti lùjára, ọ̀làjú ti débẹ̀. Ìgbésẹ̀ kẹrin, investigation into withheld or undisclosed mobile devices. Wọ́n ní pé kí àwọn ọlọ́pàá kí wọ́n lọ bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí àwọn ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká tí wọ́n lọ jí mú. Ẹ dákun, wọ́n kọ́ ni o, ẹ má sọ pé mi o. Ṣé ẹ rí ìwé? Ṣé ẹ rí? Ẹ dákun o, ọ̀tọ̀ tí wọ́n kọ́lẹ̀ ìlà ní iye o. Kókó kẹrin, ẹ ṣeun, kókó kẹrin ni wípé investigation into withheld or undisclosed mobile devices. Àwọn in tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹ kí wọ́n ti gbà á lẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọ́n ní pé kán lọ máa tú jáde, àbí èyí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti gbẹ́ ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti sọ sínú ilẹ̀, kán lọ máa tú o. Ìwé tí wọ́n kọ sí wọn nìyẹn, ìyẹn ọ̀gá ọlọ́pàá nílùú Àbújá, ọ̀gá ọlọ́pàá àgbà. Kókó karùn-ún, number 5, forensic reconstruction of exact time and cause of death. Wípé kí wọ́n lọ fi ìmọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì kí wọ́n lọ fi bá wa tú àkókò wo gangan lẹ̀mí bọ́ lára Mohbad àti kí ni gan kí ló pa á. Kókó karùn-ún nìyẹn o. Wípé sẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ fi ìmọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì rèé bá wa tú jáde aago wo gan lẹ̀mí bọ́ lára Mohbad àti pé kí ni ó fa ikú rẹ̀. Kókó kẹfà number 6, independent review of medical reports from Kuramed and Perez Hospital. Wọ́n ní wípé kí wọ́n lọ tanná wo ìwé àkọsílẹ̀ láti ilé ìwòsàn kínní tí ń ṣe Kuramed àti ilé ìwòsàn kejì tí a mọ̀ sí Perez, wípé kí wọ́n lọ tanná wo àkọsílẹ̀ tí wọ́n kọ nípa ikú Mohbad. That is what Ogungbe and Ogungbe, they have written as they discovered as lacuna, and they have itemized it to the Inspector General of Police, Ọ̀gágun Disu, and they are saying look into this area because these are the areas that they have ignored and which is very, very cognizant to investigate this cause, this criminality. Bí wọ́n ṣe sọ. Number 7, investigation into contradictions in medical timelines and BID declarations. Ẹ jẹ́ n ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ nítorí Yorùbá yẹn ó fẹ́ rí bákan. Àwọn tí wọ́n kọ lẹ̀ ní wípé kí wọ́n lọ ṣe ìwádìí. Wọ́n wá sọ wípé ìwádìí míì tí wọ́n ṣe tó jẹ́ kókó keje òun ni wípé aago wo gan ni wọ́n kọ sílẹ̀ ní ilé ìwòsàn, when they say medical timeline, àti wípé tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò ẹni tí wọ́n ń kọ ẹ̀sùn yìí nípa tiẹ̀ tí wọ́n mọ̀ sí Ọmọwùmí, tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí nínú àwọn ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò ó kọ́kọ́ sọ wípé 20 ìṣẹ́jú lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n gbé olóògbé wọlé lẹ̀mí bọ́ lára ẹ̀. Ó yá ó ní wípé wákàtí 15 lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n gbé olóògbé wọlé ni òun ni. Ohun kan tí wọ́n wá kọ ni wípé ẹ bá wa sọ gangan ní ṣé wọ́n gbé wọlé ló kú ni àbí ilé ìwòsàn ló kú sí, ẹ bá wa ṣe ìwádìí ẹ̀. Investigation into contradictions in medical timelines and BID declaration. Point 7. Point 8. Inquiry into the nurse's role, timing of arrival and treatment administered. Tẹ́ bá rántí àbí ká máa rán yín létí wípé wọ́n pe nọ́ọ̀sì kan wípé kó wá. Nọ́ọ̀sì dé ní ọjọ́ 12 ní aago 2:30. Ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2023 ní aago 2:30 lọ́sàn-án. Nígbà tí wọ́n sì ń béèrè wípé ní inú àkọsílẹ̀ ìwádìí ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí, arábìnrin Wùnmí ó sọ wípé ó kú sínú ilé ní aago 3:30. Tẹ́ bá wá ń wo ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò nínú àkọsílẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n sọ wípé kí nọ́ọ̀sì aago wo gan ló dé, ta wá ní gangan tó mójútó, nítorí dírẹ́bà ọkọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n pàkíyèsí yín sí o. The driver's testament said as at Monday 9 o'clock he was called to go and report himself at the police station. He said the matter became clearer to him when his master that sent him on that errand by 12 o'clock on Monday said, person wey you carry go don kpai o. That was a Monday, I think. Yes, because they arrived by midnight of Monday. So now, by the lacuna that was observed, was highlighted there. Point 8 said, inquiry into nurse's role, God bless you, timing of arrival and treatment administered. Wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n lọ wá kán lọ bá wọn wádìí ẹ̀. God bless you. Ẹ jẹ́ á máa tẹ̀síwájú. Point number 9. It means that you are following, no? Because I see Allah is graced. It's saying on Tuesday. Yes, it was Tuesday. Point 9. Examination of delay in seeking medical care despite visible distress. It was Monday. It was Tuesday. Sorry, it was Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, not we. Okay. Now, so point 9. Lacuna. Point 9. Examination of delay in seeking medical care despite visible distress, and there was testament to that. The driver said by 3 a.m. midnight they came to knock on his door, on his car door, that he should come and take them to the pharmacy. He declined because he had no fuel. So kókó kẹsàn sọ wípé kí wọ́n bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí kí ló dé tí wọn ò tètè lọ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti lè lọ mójútó ìlera olóògbé pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìnira tó ń là kọjá. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìnira tó ń là kọjá, wọ́n ní kán lọ bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí. Yes, I've corrected it. God bless you, FAD. Kókó kẹwàá. Point 10. Investigation into alleged violent altercation prior to pie with one of the suspects to the mother, Miss Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo. Wọ́n ní wípé ṣé kí wọ́n lọ bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí arábìnrin kan tí wọ́n ń pè afurasí kan tí wọ́n ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo nítorí wípé ó bá olóògbé yìí wọ ìjàkadì ní wákàtí 24 kí àkókò ìjáde láyé rẹ̀ kó tó wípé kí wọ́n lọ ṣe ìwádìí kí ni irú ìjà tó le tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin olóògbé àti arábìnrin tí wọ́n dárúkọ rẹ̀ tí ó ń jẹ́ Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo, wípé kán lọ ṣe ìwádìí tó lọ́rìn. Point 11. Forensic analysis of fluid evidence and alleged clean-up of the scene. Wọ́n ní pé kán lọ ṣe ìwádìí wípé àwọn ẹlẹ́rìí sọ wípé àwọn rí aṣọ tí ó ti rin fún oje pupa, wípé ṣùgbọ́n ńgbò yá wọ́n sọ wípé wọ́n ti fọ àwọn aṣọ yẹn, wípé kí ọlọ́pàá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó lọ́rìn láti lọ wádìí ta ló fọ̀, kí nìdí tí wọ́n fi fọ̀, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi fọ̀, pé kán lọ wádìí ẹ̀, kán lo ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ kí wọ́n fi wá. Ó sì ṣeé ṣe nítorí wípé aṣọ yẹn ìmọ̀ fi yé wa wípé tí wọ́n bá gbé dé òkè òkun wọ́n á rí díẹ̀ o, wọ́n bá ti fọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ á pàtẹ́wọ́ fún àwọn èèyàn Ọlọ́run tó dá wọn, àmọ́ ó ṣe yàtọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa ń bí. Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú wa. Point 12. Examination of the washing/destruction of the fluid stained materials by the deceased mother. Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí tó lọ́rìn bí ìyá olóògbé bó ti fọ aṣọ èyí tí a sọ pé ó rin fún oje pupa yìí. Àwọn ìwádìí tí wọ́n sọ pé kí wọ́n ṣe nìyí o, ó di kókó ìkejìlá. Ìkẹtàlá. Point 13. Investigation into embalming without the consent of the deceased father and those involved in the process. Wípé kí wọ́n bá wọn wádìí bí wọ́n ti ṣe gbé òkú tí wọ́n ṣe lọ́jọ́ ní ọ̀nà tí kò tọ́. Wọ́n ṣe òkú lọ́jọ́ ní ọ̀nà tí kò tọ́, wọ́n gbé iyọ̀ sí láyà, wọ́n ti ki òwú bọ̀ nímú, wọn kò sì tí ì fi tó bàbá olóògbé létí. Wọ́n ti ṣèyẹn kí bàbá olóògbé ó tó mọ̀, wípé kí wọ́n lọ wádìí àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe àti bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe àtohun gbogbo tó jẹ́ wípé ó rọ̀ mọ́, wípé kan wádìí ẹ̀. Àwọn ìwádìí tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe leléyìí o. Point 14. forensic determination of time of embalming and its impact on evidence. Wọ́n ní wípé kí wọ́n lọ lo ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì tó lọ́rìn láti lọ wá ìdí àkókò gangan tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìṣenilọ́jọ̀ lọ́nà ti tiwantiwa ìṣe òkú lọ́jọ̀ lọ́nà tiwantiwa lákòókò wo ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àti pé báwo ló ṣe dí ìwádìí lọ́wọ́ ìwádìí ẹjọ́ báwo ló ṣe dí lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n bá wa ṣe òfin tó tó ẹ̀. Point 15. Verification of death documents obtained and their authenticity. Wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n lọ ṣe ìwádìí tó lọ́rìn nítorí pé tó kú bá kú àwọn ìwé kan yẹ kí wọ́n gbà. Ìwé tí wọ́n gbà ṣé ó ní òǹtẹ̀ tó yẹ nínú ẹ̀ àbí kò ní? Wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n lọ wádìí ẹ̀ dáadáa. Kókó ìkẹrìndínlógún point 16. Inquiry into circumstances surrounding non-issuance of death certificate. Wọ́n ní pé kí ni àwọn ìdí tó fà á tí wọ́n fi ìwé ẹ̀rí òkú lé wọn lọ́wọ́. Tókú bá kú wọ́n á fi ìwé ẹ̀rí lé wọn lọ́wọ́, wọn ò kọ fún wọn kí ló fà á. Wọ́n ní kó bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí tó lọ́rìn. Kókó kẹtàdínlógún point 17. Investigation into movement of the body against medical advice. Wọ́n ní kó bá wọn ṣe ìwádìí wípé lẹ́yìn tí ilé ìwòsàn tó sọ fún wọn wípé ẹ̀rìn báyìí nípa òkú tó ti kú yìí kí ló dé tí wọ́n kọ etí ikún sí. Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n bá wọn wádìí dáadáa. Kókó kejìdínlógún point 18. Examination of failure to deposit the body in a government morgue. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá gbàgbé wọ́n gbà wọ́n lámọ̀ràn wípé tó ẹni tẹ́ ẹ gbé wá lókù yìí òkú lẹ́gbẹ́ débí o ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tẹ́ ẹ lè ṣe rèé ẹ máa gbé òkú yìí lọ sí ilé ìgbókùpamọ́sí tìjọba. Wọ́n gbé padà sílé. Èyí tí wọ́n wá fi kókó ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sọ ni wípé kí ló dé tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n tako ìtọ́ni ilé-iṣẹ́ ilé ìwòsàn wípé ẹ máa gbé òkú lọ sí ilé ìgbókùpamọ́ tìjọba tí wọ́n fi da àṣẹ náà nù. Wọ́n ní kán bá wọn wádìí ẹ̀. Kókó kọkàndínlógún point 19. Analysis of driver's testimony regarding early distress 3 a.m. incident. Wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n lọ wo àpatẹnu ṣé ó patẹnu jẹ́ wọ́n ní rárá ẹ̀rí awakọ̀ tó gbé Mohbad lọ nínú àkọsílẹ̀ bí wọ́n ti kọ ní ọjọ́ tó wá jẹ́rìí wípé ó fi ẹnu ara rẹ̀ sọ pé ní aago 3 òru wọ́n wá ké sí òun wípé kí wọ́n wá kóun wá gbé wọn lọ sí ibi tí wọ́n ti lè ra nǹkan kan láti mójútó olóògbé ṣùgbọ́n òun ò gbé wọn lọ. Wọ́n wá ní pé kí wọ́n lọ wádìí kí ló fà á tó jẹ́ wípé arákùnrin yẹn àwọn tó jáde wá yìí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi jáde wá. Wọ́n ní kán tanná kán wo ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Kókó 20 point 20. Examination of leaked group chats and digital communication involving some co-conspirator. Ẹ dákun níbi tá a dé ẹ jẹ́ àpàtẹ́wọ́ fún iléeṣẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè. Iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè ní kókó 24 yìí. Mo fẹ́ wo bí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́. Àkókò òmìnira ti dé fún gbogbo àwa tá à ń wá ìdájọ́ òdodo. Mo fi ìdánilójú sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kì í ṣe nǹkan ṣé ẹ rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń tẹ̀lé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ní lọ́kàn wípé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà gbogbo àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ ò gbàbọ̀dè wọn sì ń ṣe òpè o. Ńgbà tí ìwé yìí bá ti débi tó ń lọ olóye ènìyàn ó mọ̀ tẹ̀lé. Kókó kókó ogún ó sọ wípé examination of leaked group chats and digital communication involving some co-conspirator. What is the group leak chat? That is the VDM angle. That is the VDM angle when he brought out the WhatsApp and the people that are there, and every one of them acknowledged it. The acknowledgement is the matter of facts here. All of them acknowledge that there was a WhatsApp group, and the people that are there, they had no good intention concerning justice for Mohbad. Ẹ wá jẹ́ ìṣàlàyé kókó ogún. Wọ́n ní wípé kí wọ́n lọ tanná wo àkójọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tó wà lórí ìkànnì lábẹ́ WhatsApp níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe àpàdé àlùdé ọ̀rọ̀ ìdájọ́ òdodo nípa ikú Mohbad. Wọ́n ṣe máa takò tí wọ́n sì máa dí lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ní káwọn ọlọ́pàá kọ́ kí wọ́n tanná wo ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bá wa fọwọ́ ta ojú fóònù kí wọ́n tó tún sọ wípé inactivity. God bless you. I celebrate you all. Thank you. Point 21. Ṣé ń fọkàn bá kínní lọ? Oh. To investigation into possible motive for the murder of the deceased by Miss Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo and Adura Aloba, as the duo secretly approached the Federal High Court. The Federal High Court to substitute the name of Mohbad for themselves within 4 months after the death of Mohbad, in order to collect the royalties of Mohbad with Malian record, even while investigation was still ongoing as to the death of the deceased, as they were in fact considered suspects. Wọ́n ní pé kókó kọkànlélógún sọ wípé kí wọ́n lọ tú iṣu dé ìsàlẹ̀ kòkò nípa ẹni tí wọ́n ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo àti ẹnìkan tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Àdúrà Alọ́ba, wípé àwọn méjèèjì yìí gba ọ̀nà àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ yìí wọ́n sì lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́ àgbà. Wọ́n lọ yí orúkọ olóògbé kúrò níbi ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀. Wọ́n sì fi orúkọ ara wọn sí ní oṣù 4 péré lẹ́yìn ikú olóògbé yìí, láti lè gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti lè gba àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ láti ọwọ́ ẹni tí ó bá ṣiṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó jáde láyé, tí à ń pè ní Malian record àti àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ míì. Wọ́n ní pé kódà ìwádìí irú ìfẹ́ ikú tó pa ọ̀dọ́langba yìí ó sì ń tẹ̀ ẹ́ síwájú. Àwọn méjì yìí wọ́n sì ti lọ láti lọ wá bí wọ́n ti máa gba gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ jáde. Wọ́n wá ní wọ́n lè ṣaláì má pè wọ́n ní afurasí nítorí pé ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbé ó burú jáì. Kókó kejìléníogún point 22. Investigation into the DNA of Liam Aloba to clear all doubts as to the possibility of motive for the murder of the deceased by Miss Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo. Kókó kejìlélọ́gbọ̀n wọ́n sọ wípé àwa iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè bí ìdílé Alọ́ba bí wọ́n ti rán wa níṣẹ́ wípé ká ṣe, a ti kọ àwọn nǹkan 24 jáde láti àwọn ìwádìí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti ṣe ṣáájú àkókò yìí, tá a sì rí wípé ohun tí kò yẹ ni wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ tó sì yẹ kí wọ́n mójútó. Kókó kejìlélógún sọ wípé ó lè jẹ́ pé mọ̀jẹ̀sín tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Liam Aloba ó lè jẹ́ ìdí tí wọ́n fi gba ẹ̀mí lára ẹni tí a mọ̀ sí Mohbad yìí, wípé kí wọ́n tanná wo ìwádìí nípa ṣíṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀, kí wọ́n ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ mọ̀jẹ̀sín tí obìnrin tí wọ́n ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo tí ó bí, tí ó jẹ́ ìyá fún. God bless you. Thank you. reason for my laughter is that èmi náà ń dọ́gbọ́n sí ni mo ti ń wojú wípé ṣé àwọn olùkọ́ni Yorùbá ń bẹ ń bí kán máa ti kán kónkó mọ́ èèyàn lórí èmi náà ń dọ́gbọ́n sí ni mi ò mọ̀ púpọ̀ mo kàn ń gbìyànjú Yorùbá yẹn ni. Now point 23, investigation into the secret DNA done by Miss Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo on Liam for possible motive for the murder of the deceased. Wọ́n ní wípé ẹni tó bá jẹ tẹ̀tẹ̀ ńlára ń fu. Wọ́n wá ní pé lára ìfúnra abẹ́ aṣọ tí obìnrin tí wọ́n ń pè ní Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo yìí ṣe ó ti la wípé kí ó gbé màjèsí yẹn lábẹ́ aṣọ láti lọ́ọ́ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ tara tirẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ní wípé kí wọ́n béèrè ìdí tí ó fi lọ́ọ́ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ fún ọmọdékùnrin lábẹ́ aṣọ kí wọ́n sì mú èsì rẹ̀ sí gbangba làṣáátà. Kókó ìkẹrìnlélógún tó parí ní àwọn kókó tí wọ́n kọ jáde tí wọ́n sọ wípé kí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá àti ọ̀gágun ọlọ́pàá àgbà kí wọ́n tanná wò. Investigation into who is secretly collecting the royalties under Immolenization record label for possible motive for the murder of the deceased. Kókó ìkẹrìnlélógún tó parí rẹ̀ ni wípé ẹ bá wa tanná wò owó a máa bojú ọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́. Wípé nígbà tówó ti di owó tabua owó rẹpẹtẹ tí wọ́n sì ti rí ó lè jẹ́ ìdí tí wọ́n fi gbẹ̀mí lẹ́nu olóògbé kí wọ́n tanná wò ta ní ń gba owó ọ̀yà àtowó iṣẹ́ àti owó orin èyí tó jẹ́ wípé olóògbé ti ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ kó tó lọ ta ní ń gba owó náà àgbáríjọ àwọn ènìyàn ni àbí èèyàn kan ṣoṣo ni àbí méjì ni wọ́n ní kí wọ́n fi ìwádìí tú wọn síta nítorí wípé àkójọpọ̀ àwọn wọ̀nyí ó lè jẹ́ ìdí tí wọ́n fi gba ẹ̀mí lẹ́nu olóògbé nìyẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ á tẹ̀síwájú. For the avoidance of doubt, the Aloba family maintains the position that every individual who was with the deceased within the critical period leading to his by ought reasonably to be treated as a person of investigative interest. That is, they will be treated as suspects. Merely referring to an individual as a suspect or a person deserving of investigation does not amount to defamation where surrounding circumstances justify such suspicion. Wọ́n ní wípé láì má dènà pẹnu ìdílé Alọ́ba sọ pé látàrí gbogbo àwọn àkọsílẹ̀ yìí kò lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ kí wọ́n máa pe àwọn tó wà nínú ilé tí ikú ọ̀dọ́langba yìí ṣojú rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹlẹ́rìí. Wọ́n ní ká máa pè wọ́n ní afurasí ni. Ipe a sì ń pe ní láfurasí ìyẹn ò tí ì túmọ̀ sí wípé ó lè di nǹkan tí wọ́n máa fi dúnkokò mọ́ ni wípé wọ́n ń ba wọn lórúkọ jẹ́ ni. Àwọn ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi ìṣó tó wà ńbẹ̀ ló mú kí wọ́n kọ ìwé pé ẹ pè wọ́n ní afurasí wọn kì í ṣe ẹlẹ́rìí o. The law recognizes that there is a world of difference between alleging criminal guilt and expressing suspicious warranting investigation. And a case was cited in Salaudeen versus Okunloye 2019 LPELR-48469CA. The Court of Appeal ilé-ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn reiterated that they were statements that where statements are based on facts already existing in the public domain and merely invite further inquiry, the thought of defamation cannot arise. Ní kúkúrú èdè wọ́n ní pé ẹ lè sọ pé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni ẹ̀rí àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ní ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi ìṣó tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n sọ wípé lágbájá ta ní jẹ ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́ ó lóun kan oníṣọ́bẹ̀ yín tẹ̀sí tí ó dùn báwo ló ti wá mọ̀ wípé kò dùn tí kì í bá ṣe pé. Furthermore, your assertion that the coroner's verdict exonerated your client from all suspicion is a gross mischaracterization of the proceedings and findings of the coroner court. The coroner's proceeding was not criminal proceedings determining guilt or innocence for the offense of murder. The coroner merely identified apparent gaps, contradictions, and deficiency in the earlier investigation. Indeed, the very findings of the coroner revealed several unresolved issues relating to forensic evidence, medical timelines, digital communications, movement of persons around the disease, handling of the body, blood evidence, and circumstances surrounding treatment administered to the disease prior to its spine. These unresolved issues constitute sufficient legal and factual basis for public concern and renewed investigation. Consequently, any suggestion that no citizen may question, criticize, or demand further inquiry after the coroner's verdict amounts to an invitation to suppress constitutional freedom of expression and legitimate civic participation. Now let me explain it. Salawudeen Akingbolu and co, they said that the coroner inquest had actually given an account regarding their clients, who they refer to as Mrs. Cynthia Omowumi Oloba. They said that the coroner verdict has exonerated their clients, and Ogungbe now said no. What the coroner inquest is put together for is just to unravel, to find out whatever thing that has to do with criminal proceedings. And from there, they have been able to see the apparent gaps, contradictions, and deficiency in their investigation, which has been tabled in that 24 and more that has not been stated. Ẹ wá jẹ́ ṣe lálàyé, ìtàwọn Akíngbolu sọ ni wípé ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí ó ti sọ wípé ẹni táwọn ṣojú fún ó ti wẹ̀, ó ti yán kànkàn. Àwọn Ògúngbè wá ní irọ́ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Àkọsílẹ̀ táwọn fúnra ara àwọn gan rí tó sì jẹ́ wípé ó wà lórí àwọn ìkànnì káàkiri, nítorí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ ikú olóògbé tí a mọ̀ sí Mohbad kì í ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n lè ṣe lábẹ́ ilé àbí lábẹ́ aṣọ, gbangba ní nǹkan ìgboro ní tí gbogbo ènìyàn mọ̀ sí, wípé láti inú ìwé àkọsílẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti rí i wípé àwọn àdínkù púpọ̀ ó ti farahàn nínú àkọsílẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n sì ti yànnà náà, wọ́n ti mú lẹ́sẹẹsẹ, tí wọ́n sì ti kọ́ wípé ẹ bá wa fojú wò ó fínní àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí, òun ni ó ṣe okùnfà ìjáde láyé lọ́nà àìtọ́ olóògbé. So that is the answer to the first subheading, which is on the purported defamation of calling Wunmi a suspect in the death of Mohbad. And the first the answer to that was contained on 8 pages to just one subheading. Wow, Ogungbe, Jesus. The first subheading by Akingbolu, Salawu and co. The response by Dayo Ogungbe was contained on 8 pages. So the second subheading on the purported defamation of Wunmi applying to the Federal High Court with one Adura to substitute Mohbad name for theirs in order to claim royalties of Mohbad. In táwọn Akingbolu sọ nìyẹn, that it was defamation to have said that Wunmi and Adura applied to the Federal High Court. Now, Ogungbe and Ogungbe, they have started their answer. on page 9, and we continue. Just continue to tap. Ẹ má bínú. Na me dey read am and I'm not in a hurry. Ẹ má fetí kan gbọ́ kẹ́dẹ̀ má ṣiṣẹ́ yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń bíṣẹ́ o. Well done. Okay? So, your attempt to portray our partner's comments regarding royalty as false or malicious is equally untenable. It is not disputed that your client and one Adura approached the Federal High Court within 4 or 5 months after the bite of the disease, seeking substitution in relation to royalties associated with Malian Records and Orchard Enterprises and New York Incorporation. The fact of that legal process is verifiable and within judicial records. It is therefore entirely lawful for the Aloba family to question the timing, the secrecy, and surrounding circumstances of such action, particularly against the backdrop of unresolved question concerning the buy of their son. In V.M. Ilo Abache Esquire versus Benedict N. Ilo Abache 2005. The Supreme Court affirmed that where statements are substantially true and made in protection of legitimate family interest, the defense of justification and qualified privilege will avail the defendants. The concerns expressed by our clients are therefore rooted in identifiable facts and genuine apprehension than malice. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Akingbolu Salawu and Co. You know Kabiru now? They said that it was defamation for Barrister Oladayo Ogungbe to say on that TikTok live where Immunizer was the host that Wunmi and Adura went secretly to Federal High Court to go and change the name of Mohbad to their own purpose, barely 4 to 5 months. And Akingbolu, they are saying it is defamatory. Ogungbe now, from the partners, they now said, you did not say that the fact that that was mentioned was false. Meaning that Adura and the said Cynthia actually went to the Federal High Court. They did not dispute that. So what is defamatory about it? About something that is obvious and backed by facts and evidence. That's what Ogungbe said. And Ogungbe in response. Wọ́n ní wípé ilé-iṣẹ́ Akingbolu wọ́n sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni bí Cynthia bí Ogungbe bí wọ́n ṣe sọ wípé Cynthia àti Àdúrà wọ́n gbọ́ ọ̀nà àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ yìí lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́ àgbà ti orílẹ̀-èdè láti lọ dojúkọ àwọn Malian Records àti Orchard Enterprise láti gba ẹ̀tọ́ lọ́nà àìpé tí olóògbé. Wọ́n ní wípé àwọn Akingbolu sọ pé ìdúnmọ́ni ni àbí ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni. Àwọn Ògúngbè wá sọ wípé ṣé òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ ni wípé àwọn wọ̀nyí wípé wọ́n gbọ̀nà àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ yìí lọ. Ṣé nǹkan tí ó ní irọ́ nínú ni? Tó bá ní irọ́ wípé kó lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́ àgbà láti lọ wádìí ẹ̀. Wípé tó bá sì ti ní òfin tó jẹ́ wípé òde kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n lè pè ní ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Òtítọ́ ni wípé àwọn méjèèjì yìí wọ́n gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn bí wọ́n ṣe fi ẹnu bà. Now, another one, because they are saying that it was defamatory for Ogungbe to have mentioned the royalties and the step that Cynthia and Adura took. They said it was defamatory for Ogungbe to have said, because it has been established that Mohbad died in the house and it is murder, that the people that are around him 24 hours to his death should be called a suspect and not witness. They said it is defamatory. And all of these are is what the Ogungbe and Ogungbe Esquire have given adequate answer to. They have even taken further step to write to the higher authorities, the Police Inspector General, to look into all the points that have been highlighted, which earlier have been mentioned from this report. On the purported defamation of questioning the paternity of Liam. On the issue of the paternity of Liam, your office has again chosen sensationalism over legal precision. At no point did our partner describe the child in the derogatory terms maliciously imported into your letter. Àwọn Akíngbolu àti Akíngbolu wọ́n ti kọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àlfàǹṣá tí wọ́n mú láti ọkàn ara wọn tí kò tẹnu aṣojú agbẹjọ́rò ìdílé Alọ́ba tó ẹ ṣe mà tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n ti sọ sínú àkọsílẹ̀ wọn. Àwọn Ògúngbè wá sọ pé rárá àwí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin wí láti inú ọkàn tiyín láti lè fa rúdurùdu jáde lójú òpó ni, kì í ṣe nǹkan tá a wí nìyẹn. What was stated was that the paternity of the child remains in dispute and has been publicly questioned. That fact is undeniable. Indeed, evidence elicited during the coroner's proceeding, including the testimony of one Owodunni Ibrahim Oluwatosin prime boy, revealed that the deceased himself questioned the paternity of the child during a disagreement with your client. Àwọn iléeṣẹ́ Ògúngbè wọ́n sọ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ kò ní òkodoro kankan nínú. Èyí táwa wí níbí ni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ awuyewuye ó ti ń lọ nípa ọmọdékùnrin tí a pè tí ó jẹ́ màjèṣín. Awuyewuye ti ń lọ nípa ìbí rẹ̀ wípé ṣé lóòótọ́ olóògbé ni bàbá rẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Wọ́n sì ní wípé ẹlẹ́rìí kan tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Olúwatósìn Ibrahim Owódùnní tí ìnagijẹ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ prime boy, ó sọ lábẹ́ ìbúra ní ọjọ́ tó wá sọ tẹnu ẹ̀ ní ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí wípé olóògbé pàápàá sọ wípé kò dáhùn lójú, kò tu òun lọ́kàn wípé ọmọdé màjèsí yẹn wípé òun ni bàbá rẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀rí rẹ̀ ń bẹ ní ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí. Now, the evidence presented during the coroner inquest showed that Mohbad indeed questioned the paternity of Liam in the presence of witnesses during his misunderstanding with your client. According to the testimony of Owodunni Ibrahim Oluwatosin, popularly known as Prime Boy, who was present during the said misunderstanding and gave evidence under oath during his cross-examination at page 55 of the certified through copy of the record of proceedings held on the 15th day of April 2024, he stated under oath as follows. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi ìṣó èyí tó jẹ́ wípé Owódùnní Ibrahim Olúwatósìn tó jẹ́ tí ìnagijẹ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ prime boy wípé ìjàkadì ìwọ̀yá àjà tí ń bẹ láàrin olóògbé àti arábìnrin tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Cynthia tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lójú rẹ̀, ó ní fi ṣe wípé olóògbé sọ wípé àníṣe ara mi ò wípé èmi ni mo bí mọ̀jẹ̀sín yìí, wípé ọ̀dọ́ tí à ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Owódùnní yìí ó jẹ́rìí rẹ̀ ní ojú ewé ìkarùnléníàádọ́ta èyí àkọsílẹ̀ ìwé ẹ̀rí tá a fi òǹtẹ̀ ìjọba tẹ̀ tí ó jẹ́ wípé ó jẹ́ ní ọjọ́ karùndínlógún oṣù kẹrin ọdún 2024, ó sì wí àwọn gbólóhùn tí wọ́n kọ sílẹ̀ tí màá kà sí yín létí yìí. The only thing I know, that is the testament of Prime Boy. The only thing I know is that Cynthia was angry. That's Prime Boy now has stated. See you. The only thing I know is that Cynthia was angry when Mohbad said, I only moved closer to you once. and I don't know if this baby is even mine. Like maybe Mohbad was not ashamed to say that kind of thing in our presence, and they started fighting. And Mohbad said, I gave your mom 400,000. You guys think you can bring me down and take all my properties. I only moved close to you once. I'm not sure if this baby is mine. I borrowed your family 400k and you guys pretended as if you will return it back. Your mommy should come and beg, not come and borrow money from me. And Cynthia was not happy with it, and they started fighting. And from there, I started trying to tell Mohbad it was okay and he did not need all this here. Go home and sort it out. Ṣó yé yín kò lè yé yín, ó yé yín èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ni, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ n sọ ní Yorùbá bá ti ń bá lọ. Ẹ rí èyí tó jẹ́ wípé lábẹ́ òǹtẹ̀ ìjọba, èyí tí Owódùnní Ibrahim Olúwatósìn jẹ́ tí wọ́n sì kọ àkọsílẹ̀ rẹ̀ ní ilé ẹjọ́ ìwádìí ohun rèé. Ó ní wípé intemi mọ̀ lélẹ̀ tí mo sì ń jẹ́rìí rẹ̀ wípé lóòótọ́ Cynthia ó bínú nígbà tí Mohbad sọ pé ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ni mo súnmọ́ ẹ̀. Ó ní ojú òsì ti Mohbad láti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn níta gbangba, kódà àwọn ènìyàn gan wà ń bẹ̀. Ó ní wípé àwọn méjèèjì Cynthia àti Mohbad wọ́n wá wọ̀yá àjà, wọ́n ń jà. Níbi tí wọ́n ti ń jà lọ yẹn, Mohbad sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ wípé sẹ́ irinwó ẹgbẹ̀rún ni mo yá ìyá ẹ. Ó wá rò wípé o lè gba, gbogbo yín rò wípé ẹ lè já mi wálẹ̀ nípa gbígba àwọn ohun ìní mi ni. Ẹ̀ẹ̀kan péré ni mo súnmọ́ ẹ tó wá sọ wípé ọmọ yìí èmi ni. Mo yá ìdílé yín ní irinwó ẹgbẹ̀rún. Ẹ̀yin wá ń díbọ́n bí ẹni wípé ẹ máa dá a padà. Ìyá rẹ ó yẹ kó wá bẹ̀ mí ni, kì í ṣe pé kó tún padà wá bá mi láti yá owó. Ó ní Cynthia inú rẹ̀ ò sì dùn, àwọn méjèèjì sí ìwọ̀yá àjà. Ó ní òun wá sọ wípé ẹ má jà. Ó ní mo sì ń sọ fún Mohbad wípé ẹ má jà. Ìtẹ́ ń ṣe ní bíbá kò yẹ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe ń bí, ẹ máa nìṣó nílé kẹ́ lọ yanjú ẹ̀. Ẹ̀rí Owódùnní nìyẹn. Now, the evidence was given under oath in open court and forms part of the record of proceeding. Our partner merely referenced facts already existing within judicial proceedings and matters publicly discussed by parties directly connected to the deceased. The law remains settled that fair and substantially accurate reports or references to judicial proceedings enjoy protection under qualified privilege. Emegwara versus Star Printing and Publishing Company Limited, where the Supreme Court affirmed protection for fair and accurate reporting of judicial proceedings. Lákòótán wọ́n sọ nípa màjèsín tí olóògbé tó sọ wípé kò dáhùn lójú wípé òun ni bàbá ọmọ. Wọ́n ní èyí tẹ́ wá ń sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni, wípé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa màjèsín wípé rárá kì í ṣe ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́. Ntí ẹ̀rí tó ti jáde láti ẹnu Owódùnní tó tọpasẹ̀ àwọn sí làwọn sọ jáde wípé tó lábẹ́ òfin o, ìfìdímúlẹ̀ wípé tá a bá sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé ó jẹ́ òkodoro, a lè kà á sí ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa bá mi tap torí TikTok máa sọ pé no activity. God bless you. On the purported defamation of Wunmi calling herself Aloba, àwọn Akíngbolu wọ́n tún sọ wípé àwọn Ògúngbè and Ògúngbè wípé wọ́n ń ba Cynthia lórúkọ jẹ́ nítorí pé ó sọ wípé Aloba lòun. Contrary Contrary to the unfounded assertions contained in your correspondence, there is absolutely nothing in the statements complained of that either expressly or by necessary implication defame your client. The statement made during the TikTok live session with one immunizer merely represented the long-standing position of our client and the Aloba family concerning the marital status of your client vis-a-vis the deceased. What was stated clearly represents what is already a matter of serious public controversy and ongoing litigation. It is elementary law that for a statement to constitute defamation, it must contain a false imputation calculated to injure the reputation of the person concerned. The law does not prohibit the expression of honestly held opinions or the assertion of a party's position in respect of disputed family or marital claims, particularly where such matters are already the subject of judicial proceeding. Ní kúkúrú èdè, wọ́n ní wípé àwọn akígbolú sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni bí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ wípé Ọmọwùmí kì í ṣe aya Alọ́ba. Àwọn Ògúngbè sì ń sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ kọ́. In tó wà ńbẹ̀ ni wípé ìdílé Alọ́ba ń sọ wípé kò sí nǹkan kan tí ó jẹ́ ẹ̀rí pé àwọn fẹ́ ọmọdébìnrin níṣu lọ́kà, wípé kò sí ní tó jọ rárá, wípé ó sì ti wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbólóhùn tó jẹ́ wípé ó ń tọ́ka sí wípé àní kò sí òtítọ́ nínú bí ọmọbìnrin tí ń yangàn láwùjọ wípé thank you, wípé òun abilékọ nílé Alọ́ba lòun jẹ́. Wọ́n ní kò sí ohun tó jọ rárá. Now let's move on. Thank you for joining and thank you for the gift, everybody. God bless you. And thank you for your time as well. Indeed, the position articulated during the said interview did not emanate from malice or reckless disregard for the truth, but was firmly rooted in the collective resolution and belief of the Aloba family, specifically at a duly convened family meeting held on the 10th day of October. Auntie Swiss, I see you, of October 2025. Daddy Tazan, God bless you. Ìfẹ́ máa dárúkọ gbogbo yín ní any statutory regime known to law, and consequently was not entitled to hold herself out as Aloba. The family further advised her to desist from the continued use of the name Aloba, which they consider misleading and provocative. It is therefore disingenuous. Eyín mi máa yọ bọ́lẹ̀ lónìí o. Barrister Ògúngbè. Disingenuous for your client to now seek to criminalize or weaponize the lawful expression of a family position merely because the same does not accord with our preferred narrative. Our clients and the Aloba family are entitled under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to freedom of expression and freedom to ventilate grievances and position touching on family identity and lineage. Ní kúkúrú èdè, wípé báyìí ní ṣe nǹkan mi kò lè yí padà. Bí wọ́n bá gba aya ọ̀lẹ, wọ́n lè gbọ́mọ ọ̀lẹ. Ńlá lọ́ba ń wí. Wípé tó bó o bá pé aya ló jẹ́, fìdí ibi tá a ti fẹ́ ọ fi múlẹ̀. Jẹ́ ó wà lábẹ́ ìfihàn gbangba pé nǹkan báyìí la kó, nǹkan báyìí la gbé nígbésẹ̀. Níwọ̀n àgbà tí ò ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, dákun orúkọ yẹn ó jẹ́ iyebíye. Alọ́ba àwo ò sì sọ wípé sí yín lórúkọ yìí, tí arábìnrin lórúkọ yìí àwa la ní. a sì bu ọlá fún ìdánimọ̀ wa àti ìran wa tó fi jẹ́ wípé ẹni tí kò bá bá wa jẹ́ orúkọ náà kò lè máa fi yangàn láwùjọ. Kò jẹ́ bó ṣe jẹ́ bí àwọn Ògúngbè mọ́ ṣe ṣe lálàyé. Ẹ jẹ́ n dánu dúró kí n kí gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn. I want to specially greet every one of us, Justice family. I can see that the figure, the number of persons here is stable, 150. Ó túmọ̀ sí wípé Mohbad àti bàbá ẹ̀ wọ́n léèyàn lẹ́yìn. It is not me you are watching. You are interested in this matter because you see that something has made it for you to be like that. On your own matter, God will not be silent in the name of Jesus. On your own matter, you will never lack support for you, for your generations, born and unborn, in the mighty name of Jesus. You will never walk alone. Oga mi sir, I dey greet o. Greetings sir, God bless you. So we move on. More importantly, the position expressed during the interview is neither novel or concocted for internet sensationalism, as same as consistently form part of our client's case in several pending judicial proceedings, including suit number FHC/CS87223. Promise Oladimeji Aloba Eya. Orúkọ ọmọ mi ti wọ̀wé. Ó ti wọ̀wé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ó ga. Ẹni pagúlógún òní kádún. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad, ìhòhò lẹ́ jáde láyé, ẹ sọ pé mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni ìhòhò lèèyàn jáde, kò tí ì yé yín. Ọlọ́run ti sọ tipẹ́ látọ̀ the 31st of December 2021 pé ẹ ní kù kan lórí ilẹ̀. Olúwa ti ń bẹ. Orúkọ ọmọ mi, ó ti wọnú ìwé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ní suit number FHCL/CS872/23. Promise Oladimeji Aloba versus Orchard Enterprise. Ó mà ṣe o. Kọ́mọ tálíkà kó jìyà láyé kó dẹ̀ tọwọ́ amòkùn ṣìkàbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ́gbẹ̀rún ẹ̀ ní kù lórí ilẹ̀ o. Yeah, let's move on. Now, wherein our clients and members of the Aloba family expressly denied that your client was ever married to the deceased or lawfully bore the name Aloba. It's therefore professionally disturbing to suggest that the interview granted by the Aloba Family Council acted improperly by reiterating in an interview a position already publicly maintained in judicial proceedings. If anything, the doctrine of sub judice prohibits comments intended to prejudice pending proceedings. It does not prohibit parties from maintaining or restating their pleaded position in the public domain, especially where no attempt is made to interfere with the administration of justice or influence the court. Iṣu àtẹnumọ́ràn kì í jóná. Ẹ má fi lọ̀ mí, mo mọ̀ ọ́ jẹ. Wọ́n ní gbogbo ọmọ Ìjẹ̀ṣà ńlọmọ wá. Wọ́n ní ọwá ó mọ iye ọmọ tó ń wọ ẹnu ọ̀nà òun. Ìdílé Alọ́ba ní pẹ́sẹ́ ẹ má dìírù mí, èyí tẹ́ ẹ dìrù mí mi ò lè gbé, ẹ má tún fi mí kún. Wípé ẹ̀yin Akígbolú tẹ́ ẹ kọ̀wé tẹ́ ẹ sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ là ní fún ẹni tẹ́yìn ṣojú ẹ̀ tó sọ wípé pàpàǹdodo òun gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ orúkọ ẹ̀. Ìdílé Alọ́ba ní àwọn gbọ́n dànù, kò sí ìkankan tó fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé ṣé ọmọ wa tó ti dolóògbé ó ní aya níbì kankan. Your allegation of professional misconduct against our partner is therefore not only baseless but betrays a fundamental misunderstanding of the scope and application of sub judice rule under Nigeria jurisprudence. Furthermore, your client's legal identity and entitlement. Oh yeah, listen to this place. So I hope you are here. Eba mi tap. This place is very, 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 because when I read it earlier, I had to mark it out. Furthermore, your client's legal identity and entitlement to bear the surname Aloba remain legitimate subject of inquiry and public controversy. The legal name known to law and reflected in several official records is Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo. If indeed your client was lawfully married to the deceased as now claimed, the questions naturally arise: when exactly did she cease to bear Adebanjo and commence the use of Aloba? Where is the affidavit of change of name evidencing such transition? What newspaper publication accompanied the purported change of name? In line with established legal and administrative practice. More critically, what valid marriage certificate or proof of customary marriage was relied upon to effect the alleged change of surname across official records? Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ ní Yorùbá. Àní nígbà tí mo ti ka kíní kó tó di pé mo padà jókòó níwájú yín báyìí, mo wá ní ìwé lọmọ mi máa kà ó, ìwé lọmọ mi máa kà ó, kò ní bá wọn díndòdò lábẹ́ bíríjì o, ìwé lọmọ mi máa kà ó. Ẹ jẹ́ n pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra mi. Ẹ bá pàtẹ́wọ́ fún mi. Tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ti ń jà ràn Alọ́ba ni mí, ẹ sì lè gbà lọ́wọ́ mi, ìgbó bá wù mí ní gbé lẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ń sọ wípé tá a bá fẹ́ ni, tá a bá yí orúkọ wa padà kúrò ní orúkọ abínibí wa sí tọkọ wa, àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí tí ó kin lẹ́yìn á wà. Wọ́n wá ní wípé ìwé ẹ̀rí ìgbéyàwó dà, àtẹ̀jáde nínú ìwé ìròyìn dà, ìkóríta wo ìwé ìbúra èyí tó jẹ́ wípé a fi sọ wípé orúkọ yìí là ń jẹ́ o, àjẹmọ́ ìta máa jẹ́ rèé o, nítorí wípé títí di àkókò yìí fún àwọn Akíngbolú o àti ẹni tí wọ́n ń ṣojú, wọ́n ní wípé ẹni tẹ́ ẹ ṣojú fún Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo ló sì ń jẹ́ lọ. A sì rí ẹ̀rí kankan, kódà ti ilé ẹjọ́ ni, ti ilé ẹjọ́ ìgbéyàwó ni, àbí lábẹ́ òfin kankan wípé tírú ìwé náà bá wà ẹ bá ní kó jáde, kí lẹ ṣe wá sọ wípé aya ló jẹ́ lọ́ọ̀dẹ Alọ́ba. Wọ́n ní more critically, what valid marriage certificate or proof of customary law? Ó dàbí kó ti kà. In fact, there exist materials including records associated with your client's international passport. Ẹ tún gbọ́ yẹn, listen. It say, more critically, what valid marriage certificate or proof of customary marriage was relied upon to effect the alleged change of name across official record? Kò sí. These are legitimate evidential questions which your client has consistently failed to answer satisfactorily. In fact, there exist materials including records associated with your client's international passport, national identification number, strongly suggesting that she continued to bear names inconsistent with the claim that she was lawfully married as Aloba. Ṣé mọ̀ wípé ìwé ìrìnnà lọ sókè òkun Adebanjo ni, ìwé ìdánimọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí gbogbo wa ní Adebanjo ni. Wọ́n wá ní wípé kí ni ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi ìṣó Alọ́ba níbẹ̀ nínú gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ sílẹ̀ yìí. Consequently, the statement complained of constitute fair comment on a matter of public and familiar interest, substantially grounded in fact already within the public domain, and therefore cannot by any stretch of legal reasoning amount to actionable defamation. Àlàyé ni wípé gbogbo ìgbà ni wọ́n sọ pé aya ni lọ́ọ̀dẹ Alọ́ba, aya ni lọ́ọ̀dẹ Alọ́ba. wọ́n wá sọ wípé gbogbo nǹkan tá a rí yìí a ti béèrè, kò sì sí ìdáhùn kankan tó múnádóko wípé lóòótọ́ tó o bá pé aya ni ó ṣáà níwèé ẹ̀rí tó o lè fà lélẹ̀ àárí kankan. Kódà àwọn ìwé tó ṣe pàtàkì téèyàn lè ní, ìwé ìwakọ̀, ìwé ìdánimọ̀, ìwé ìrìnnà lọ sókè òkun, orúkọ àbísọ ló wà ń bẹ̀. Kí wá lẹ̀ rí, kí làgbékalẹ̀, kí wá ní ohun tí wọ́n fi ń sọ wípé Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ni. Wọ́n wá ní lábẹ́ òfin in tó bá ti ní òkodoro òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ a lè pè é ní ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́. We move on. On the purported defamation of Wunmi for demanding for DNA laboratory where the lab will remain undisclosed. Your attempt to portray the statement complained of as an allegation of collusion between your client and the Honorable Court is a deliberate distortion of both the ordinary meaning and contextual interpretation of the word used during the interview. Lákòókò tí Ògúngbè tí ó wà lórí ìkànnì TikTok pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ní ojú ewé tí wọ́n mọ orúkọ rẹ̀ sí Immunizer, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé ibi àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ lókè òkun, ilé ẹjọ́ ẹni tí à ń pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Cynthia yìí, ibi tí ó mú kò wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àlàkalẹ̀ ilé ẹjọ́. Aṣojú ilé ẹjọ́ náà òun náà ó sì ṣe bákan náà. Àwọn tó wá kọ̀wé wá, Akíngbolu àti Sàláwù, wọ́n wá ń fi ẹ̀sùn ìbanilórúkọjẹ́ kan àwọn Ògúngbè wípé Ògúngbè sọ wípé ilé ẹjọ́ àti arábìnrin tí wọ́n pè ní Cynthia wọ́n ti lẹ̀dí àpò pọ̀ láti da ojú ọ̀rọ̀ rú tí kò sì rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ògúngbè wá ní rárá, gbólóhùn tí òun sọ yẹn láti máa fi pa àwọn èèyàn lẹ́nu mọ́, láti dúnkookò mọ́ àwọn ènìyàn kí òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ó má bàa jáde ni. At no point did our client or our partner state that the court was engaged in any manipulation or conspiracy regarding the DNA process. The statement merely reflected the concerns and reservation consistently maintained by our clients and the Aloba family concerning the absence of transparency surrounding the proposed DNA procedure and the insistence on an undisclosed laboratory whose identity, location, and technical competence were unknown to them. In law, defamation cannot be founded upon speculative interpretations. God bless you. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ fún mi ní ìṣẹ́jú kan. Okay, thank you for staying put. God bless you. Yeah, we are on the DNA laboratory and the allegation by Akíngbolu against Ògúngbè that it's defaming for Ògúngbè to have said that the laboratories where the welfare officer as well as Cynthia are then choosing, that they are not in compliance with what tests that will be carried out. Akíngbolu said it is defamatory. Ògúngbè says no, because Akíngbolu presented it as maliciously, just so to cause uproar and to belittle the error that these people had actually committed. So the statement merely reflected the concern and reservation. So Ogungbe and Ogungbe explained that no, we are saying we want a transparent process. We want to know the location. We want to be able to identify. We want to know the technical competence of the chosen lab. And it is not to bring any, to make anybody, to bring any, I'm coming in law, okay. It's not to distort the process of justice. That's what they said. Wípé intent sọ wípé a bà yàn lórúkọ jẹ́ torí pé a sọ wípé ilé ẹjọ́ àwọn tó alámòjútó àti ẹni tẹ́yìn ṣojú fún wípé ibi tí wọ́n mú wọn ní ìkápá láti ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe, ìwádìí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń fẹ́ ṣe kì í ṣe láti bà wọ́n lórúkọ jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n láti lè yànnàná ẹ̀ wípé ibi tí wọ́n ti ṣe ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ibi tí wọ́n máa mọ̀ nítorí pé ọ̀rọ̀ ìwádìí ìṣàyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ fún màjèsín ọ̀rọ̀ gbangba ni kì í ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n lè ṣe lábẹ́ aṣọ. For the avoidance of doubt, our client has consistently opposed the conduct of the DNA exercise in any undisclosed or unidentified laboratory. You will remember that at the last court session, what was reported was that the court wanted to do it in a place that will not be known to the two. And Ogungbe and Ogungbe partners and co, as well as the family, said, no, we are not opposed to you doing it. You court to do it, but we must know where. Because the initial opportunity granted for both parties to go and look for 3 centers on one side, 3 centers on another side, and the welfare officer will choose, they did not do as needful. So we will not trust the process of you doing it without us being able to know and without its transparency. Ẹ dákun, ẹ bá mi tap o, kí ló dé tí number náà drop. Please help me tap. God bless you. So now, everything that Salawu, Akingbolu and co had accused Ogungbe and Ogungbe attorneys as being defamatory, they have been able to counter it. They have countered it as one, that they Ogungbe insists that the people that were in the house with Mohbad are suspects and they are not witnesses. The Ogungbe and Ogungbe insist. They also insist. I'm coming. Let me take the second subheading. That it is not defamatory. That Cynthia as well as Aduragbemi, they went privily to the Federal High Court to substitute the name of Mohbad while investigation into his death was still ongoing. They said it is not defamatory to question the paternity of Liam because there was witness to that effect where Mohbad had said, I am not sure I am the father. They also said it is not defamatory to say that the Aloba family insists that Aloba's name should not be used by their clients, who is Cynthia, because there was no marriage, there was no marital link between late Mohbad as well as Cynthia. So we move on. Yay. Oh, let's jump in the DNA now because of our time. Now I will just quickly move on to, for the avoidance of doubt, the issue arose after your client filed a further affidavit in opposition to our client's motion for joinder in suit you know, to royalties, because they are talking about the royalty relating to the royalties and proprietary interest of the deceased. Attached to the said processes was an NIN slip bearing the surname Aloba. That one was long. The answer to that, from that marriage thing to all the forms of identification which were not concrete, they are replying them. What's the page? Ma fo, ogun gan. I'm going to take it to where? Sorry. Indeed, the statements made during the interview merely reflected, I'm on page 14 for those of you that are following, reflected the existence of multiple NIN related documents supplied to our office. If you are not tapping, one ma gbé kíní kúrò nsìn. Ẹ bá mi tap ẹ ṣé. God bless you. So that you can be engaging. Thank you for joining. For those of you that are joining, yes. Okay. Indeed, the statement made during the interview merely reflected the existence of multiple NIN. If you were on that TikTok live that day, when Barrister Ogungbe said that perjury is 14 years, because every step has been taken to the NIN as well as other identification offices that has been claimed in this, just so to establish that their client, that Cynthia, is Aloba, that they have written and they are awaiting answers. So all of these are what Ogungbe and Ogungbe are documented, so that they can give adequate answer to the ones that have written. This answer is actually from chamber to chamber. This is still chamber to chamber, and it is this loaded. I begin to wonder if this will happen in a law court. If this has to be between Akingbolu Kabir as well as Oladayo Ogungbe, because it was from the chambers of Akingbolu that they wrote to Ogungbe. Can you imagine? Kabir Akingbolu is accusing Oladayo Ogungbe of defaming. And I don't know. We are all here. If we are talking about the one that are defamed, I can say it with all authority because it's all over. It's in the public space. That are defamed a client most. It is Kabiru. He went with Cynthia to a national television and hear what he was saying. That the man has made his son by his death a celebrity. You can talk like that. Anyway, let me not jump too much because I want to believe that they are all here. Mr. Daddy Tazan, I hope you are following. Níbo ni mo dé mi ò máa fẹ́ ká gbogbo ẹ̀. Ó pọ̀. And this is after 10. I'm not in a hurry, but I'm only worried whether people are not getting tired of listening. Thank you. That's why I want to page. No, it's not up page 40. No, it's just 22 pages. I know that I am on NIN. I am on NIN. Yes, we are talking about the NIN thing because they are talking. Yeah, you are not. Wow. Yes, here I am. I'm on page 14. Yes, I know. I'm only saying that. Do I continue? Because from page from the subheading, let me take it. It's a long one. Ogungbe dey write too. From the subheading of on the purported defamation of Wunmi for demanding for DNA laboratory where the lab will remain, it went on to giving answer. I'm coming. Mo ti lọ gbé omi. Mo kí àwọn teacher. It went on to 15. Now let me jump to 16. Curiously, I'm jumping. Thank you. Again, yo omi mu. Torí ẹ̀mí mi o. Omi. Now let me go to page 16. Curiously, the same counsel representing the respondent, Omowunmi Cynthia, has continued to embark on several media appearances, including TikTok, it's true, TikTok live sessions, and interviews on diverse media platforms, wherein he has jettisoned the restraints, decorum, and professionalism expected of a legal practitioner. That is Ogungbe and Ogungbe answering to Akingbolu Salau Kabiru. Yes, expected of a legal practitioner, and descended into the arena of public vilification against our client and the entire Aloba family. It is true. Than allowing issues pending before courts of competent jurisdiction to be resolved through due judicial process, the said council has chosen to prosecute a media campaign aimed at ridiculing, discrediting, and scandalizing our clients merely because the Aloba family has consistently and legitimately demanded a DNA test and a proper investigation into the controversial death of their son, late Ilerioluwa Promise Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. Such conduct is highly unethical. It is prejudicial and unbecoming of a member of the legal profession. Ogungbe, Shetirigboza. I have come to page 16, and it is where Salau Kabiru, where he was accusing Ogungbe as defaming his own client, and Ogungbe said, lie, I will not take it. It is you that you are going on TikTok, going on media, and we saw him right. Akingbolu lo shora. Akingbolu, go and mind yourself. You know when you have started your own since 2023. Since 2023, látijọ́ tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀, even in the corona court, you will look at the way we look at any lawyer that is representing. Afojú náà wọ́n báyìí. Me, I started going now, and I understand body language. Oh my, what? Everything about you, go and mind yourself. Because it is true what Ogungbe just came on the 10th of November. Àtijọ́ tẹ́ ti ń bú Aloba dada ẹ ò lè jà. Ó wá lábúrò kan tó gbójú sìn ẹ wá ń pariwo fò. Ẹ lọ ṣọ́ra yín. Because if you see the way this Akingbolu have defamed Aloba, vilified him, done everything, no decorum, lóòótọ́. As you have said, it is you that defamed, and nobody did anything to you. Nobody. As you have been doing it, even such effrontery, I was there the day you came to meet Sanshitu. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń bú. Gbogbo èèyàn ni. You came to say, we are waiting for the sheet of paper now. Àbí kí ló tẹ̀ ló ń dúró dè. Bàbá oní bàbá ó kẹ́rẹ̀ mọ́ra ó rẹ́rìn jọ náà. Àbí kí ni kó ṣe? Kò jẹ́ Ọládayọ̀ ló sọ fún ẹnu ló máa fi nà ẹ́. Don't let me get angry. Go and mind yourself. Akingbolu, you are the one. Since 2023, you have been doing it. Now, somebody now, you side, always say your kanjade, one buraje, barata. Is there now, and nobody said anything to you. You have been winning all the time. Now, we move on. In one of the said TikTok live interview conducted with the respondent using the name Omowumi, you are talking about now. Ogungbe is talking about your client too. Your client that you are defending. Kabir Akingbolu Esquire brazenly descended on our client by referring to him as a liar, and it is true, and urging members of the public to withdraw their support and followership. Please listen. Akingbolu, you did not know that this one that you have said, you have already said that they should buy Aloba anywhere they see him. You didn't know. Because you have withdrawn their support and followership from him. Specifically, the said council stated inter alia that our client was just lying, and further urged people online to stop following him. The natural and ordinary meaning of those statements is that our client is deceitful, dishonest, manipulative, and undeserving of public sympathy or support. The clear innuendo conveyed therein is that our client has been deliberately misleading the public for selfish purposes and should therefore be ostracized, ignored, and treated with contempt. Such statements are not only malicious and defamatory, but were clearly calculated to lower our client in the estimation of right-thinking members of the society and destroy the goodwill and public support he enjoys. For the avoidance of doubt, the statement of Kabir Akingbolu is hereinafter reproduced. Hear what Akingbolu said. I can play it too because I have it, but I won't play it. I will read it verbatim because I am reading. See, Mr. Aloba glorifying the dead. That's Salawu Akingbolu, that's Kabiru. Mr. Aloba glorifying the death of this guy. Mo ti gbàgbé, mi ò sọ Yorùbá mọ́. It is sad. Apparently, Mr. Aloba doesn't want to do any DNA. He knows that Liam is his grandchild. He knows that if they do the DNA, it will be positive. And once it is positive, he knows that all the money he's making online will stop. And I urge the people online to stop following him. He's just lying. He's just using the boy to make money. We will just submit Liam for sample, but they said they don't want except we give Liam to them. And this Liam that is not safe with them, that is why we cannot give Liam to them. It is not possible. That is Kabiru Akingbolu. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Kabiru sọ? In tí Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè sọ ni wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ Akingbolu tó jẹ́ alábàáṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀ yín, òun ló ṣe, kì í ṣàwa. Gbogbo orí ìkànnì pátápátá, kódà ó lọ sí ibi iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ sọ̀rọ̀, tó sọ̀rọ̀ òdì sí ẹni táwa ń ṣagbẹnusọ fún Aloba. Kódà ó tún sọ wípé káwọn ènìyàn kí wọ́n kà á kún onírọ́ nítorí pé onírọ́ ni. Akingbolu sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí, mo lè gbé jáde nínú fọ́nrán yìí, nínú ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká mi, ó wà ńbẹ̀. Mo lè gbé jáde, ṣùgbọ́n mi ní ṣe yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa kà bí wọ́n ṣe kàkọ́lẹ̀ yìí. Akingbolu ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ wá gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ ní èdè Yorùbá torí mo ti kà á lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ó ní pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni Aloba ó ń fi kú ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣògo. Ó ló mà bani lọ́kàn jẹ́ o. Ó ní dájúdájú Aloba kò fẹ́ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ nítorí pé ó mọ̀ wípé ọmọ òun ni, ọmọ òun ni. Ó ní pé ó mọ̀ wípé tó bá ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn á fi hàn wípé ọmọ òun ló bí ọmọ náà. Wípé lọ́gán tó bá dẹ̀ ti wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn èèyàn ò ní dá owó fún, wọn ò ní dá fún mọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń dá fún. Ó ń purọ́ káàkiri ni. Ó kàn fi ọmọ yẹn pa owó. Ṣèbí kàkàn gbé màjèsí fún kó lọ ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe ni, ṣùgbọ́n kò gbà. Èyí tó fẹ́ ni wípé kán gbé ọmọ náà fún. Ṣé ọmọ tó jẹ́ wípé ọkàn wa ò balẹ̀ láti gbé fún, ṣé òun náà fẹ́ gbé fún? Kó lè ṣeé ṣe. Ẹ lè imagine. So ó túmọ̀ sí pé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọmọbìnrin yẹn ń sọ, agbẹjọ́rò ẹ̀ ló sọ sí lẹ́nu. Àwa ń béèrè wípé ṣé nǹkan tí agbẹjọ́rò yìí ṣé ó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ lábẹ́ òfin? Ṣé ó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́? The said counsel did not stop there. He further alleged that our client was using the boy to make money online. Gbogbo wa là ń gbọ́. All of you are hearing it. Wípé wọ́n máa ń sọ wípé bí ẹni tó ń ṣojú fún tó bá máa sọ̀rọ̀, á ní wípé torí gbogbo nǹkan tí ọkọ òun ní ni, tí òkú ní ni, wípé bàbá ẹ̀ ó fẹ́ gba gbogbo ẹ̀ nítorí dúkìá ni. Agbẹjọ́rò yìí náà tún sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó sọ ní ilé amóhùnmáwòrán Arise. Ó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà níbí báyìí nítorí àkókò wa. Ó ní wípé kì í ṣe ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́. Ipe à ń sọ wípé a fẹ́ ṣe ní gbangba làṣáta àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀. Ó mà gùn gan o. Ìdáhùn yìí. In another reckless and highly prejudicial media interview, Kabir Akingbolu Esquire further descended into personal attacks against our client by alleging that if there is anybody that is interested in property, it is only the father-in-law, and that is why the father-in-law is fighting her. The unmistakable meaning and innuendo conveyed by the said statement is that our client's persistent demand for a DNA test and a proper investigation into the death of his son is not born out of grief, paternal concern, or a legitimate quest for justice, but rather motivated by greed and an alleged desire to unlawfully appropriate the properties and royalties of the deceased. The said publication was clearly designed to portray our client as a selfish, opportunistic, and avaricious individual who is exploiting the tragic death of his son for financial advantage. Ẹ jẹ́ ṣàlàyé. Wọ́n ní pé Ògúngbè sọ wípé Kabiru Adégbolu, wọ́n dárúkọ ẹ̀, wọ́n ní pé kódà ṣe ló tún sọ di ìtakò lójúkojú tó sọ wípé ẹni tẹ́yìn wá gbèjà àná ló jẹ́ sí ẹni tóun ṣojú fún o, ńṣe ló ń fòkú ọmọ ẹ̀ pawó o, gbogbo dúkìá ọmọ ẹ̀ ló ń lé káàkiri o, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń tẹ̀lé ẹ má tẹ̀lé mọ́ nítorí wípé kí ni dúkìá nìkan ló jẹ́ lógún, wípé ó wá gbé ẹni tóun ṣojú fún yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó jẹ́ wípé ikú ọmọ ẹ̀ kò dùn rárá àbí pé kò ká lára. The said counsel further aggravated the defamatory import of the publication when he asserted that our client's conduct was allegedly against Yoruba culture, custom and tradition, against Ekiti culture and discipline. But ẹ̀yin náà gbọ́, àfi tá bá sọ pé ẹ gbọ́, ṣe rí ó wà ńbí, á gbọ́ lábala kejì. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ó wà ńbí báyìí. Nígbà tó sọ pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, nǹkan tí bàbá Mohbad ṣe kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, kò yẹ kó ṣe. Lẹ́kìtì ta ló rán agbẹjọ́rò débẹ̀ yẹn? Akíngbolu. When you went to law school, was that what you were asked to do? Even if you have to defend your client, is it to this derogatory level? Okay, mo ń lọ sí page. Now, we also wish to bring, I've jumped to page 19. Yes. We also wish to bring to your attention several interviews granted by your client. Ogungbe is answering Kabiru Akingbolu and saying that this your client that you are defending, she too has done a lot that are visibly defamatory. And Ogungbe cited everything factually, evidentially. And so we are now listening to Cynthia's own, written by Ogungbe, and of course on the public space. We also wish to bring to your attention several interviews granted by your client just to distort the narrative of the circumstances of the plight of our client's son, disparaging the character of our client and the Aloba family, paints a manipulated stories online and a host of others. For want of space, we shall reproduce a number such defamatory publications against our clients in an attempt by your client to distort narrative of facts. Below are the publications made by your client against our client. Ogungbe said, not only is Kabiru Akingbolu guilty of defamation against Mr. Joseph Oluwabami Aloba, as well as the person of Aladayo Ogungbe, so also is their client, known as Cynthia Omowumi Adebanjo, that she too has had her own on the social media space, everywhere that she has the opportunity to talk. And number one, which was the whole basis the one that we can actually cry out for, that this is defamatory. That should have happened barely maybe 3 months after the demise of Mohbad. Hello? Hello? Baba, Cynthia ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ń kà bí báyìí, ẹ má rò pé látorí ni o. Ṣẹ́rí. Tí ikú bá pa Liam, ẹ máa ṣe orí burúkú ni. Ikú ló máa pa yín bàbá. Tí ikú bá pa Liam, ẹ máa ṣe orí burúkú ni. Ṣé ti rí? Bí nǹkan bá ṣe ọmọ mi, bí ó ti ṣe promise, tí nǹkankan bá fi lè ṣe ọmọ mi, tí nǹkankan bá fi lè ṣe ọmọ mi, ẹ ní kúure bàbá. Tí nǹkankan bá fi lè ṣe Liam, mo ń sọ fún yín, mo ń wò yín láti ọjọ́ yìí. Tí nǹkan bá fi lè ṣe ọmọ mi, ẹ fẹ́ pa ọmọ mi. Tí nǹkankan bá fi lè ṣe Liam, tí nǹkankan bá fi lè ṣe Liam, tí nǹkankan bá fi lè ṣe Liam. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Now, that was Cynthia. The said publication is in Yoruba and can be translated in English language to mean the following. Hello? Hello, Baba? It's me, Cynthia, talking. If death befall Liam, you will be unfortunate. You will also die in an unfortunate way. You see, if anything happened to my child, just the way you buy promise, Mohbad is son. If anything happens to my child, you will not die well, Baba. If anything happens to my son Liam, I am telling you now, I have kept mute all these days. If anything happens to my child, you want to buy my child. If anything happens to Liam, In another interview, your client made the following words concerning our client. My father-in-law wanted to be in control of my husband's properties. Everything that belonged to my husband, or he will go all out for me to destroy my life. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo kà sí yín létí. Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ ẹ̀sùn tẹ́ fi kan arákùnrin wa Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọládayọ̀ Ògúngbè, kódà àtẹni tá ń ṣojú fún wípé wọ́n ń bani lórúkọ jẹ́ irọ́ gbà. Ẹ̀yin gangan lẹ jẹ̀bi ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ yẹn, nítorí wípé àwọn ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi nṣó ó wà, ìpè lórí agogo, ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, tó jẹ́ wípé agbẹjọ́rò Kàbírù Akíngbólú àti ẹni tó ṣojú fún tí a mọ̀ sí Cynthia tí gbogbo wọn gbé jáde lórí ìkànnì àkọsílẹ̀ lélẹ̀. God bless you all. Thank you. I appreciate those of us that are here. Ní sọmọnù lórúkọ Jésù. So I'm on page 20. She continues with her publication. He literally called for my husband's properties like landed properties, his YouTube password, his car, like so many other things. Interviewer, he was asking you for it. Your client, he was asking everybody. He was actually calling everybody to ask. Interviewer, why didn't he call you? Your client, he did not call me. Now, tí àwọn Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè sọ ni wípé ṣé tá a bá sọ nípa ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́, ẹni tó ṣojú fún níbi tí wọ́n ti ń fọ̀rọ̀ wá lẹ́nu wò, ó ní pé ní ọjọ́ tí ọkọ òun jáde láyé, èyí tí bàbá ẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ ń béèrè ni àwọn dúkìá ẹ̀, ilẹ̀ tó ti rà, àní ìkànnì YouTube ẹ̀, àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó lè ṣí, àwọn ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹni tó wá fọ̀rọ̀ wá ní lẹ́nu wò wá ní tí ó ń béèrè gbogbo nǹkan yẹn, ó ló ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo èèyàn. Ó ní wípé ó ń pe gbogbo àwọn èèyàn, ó ń béèrè lọ́jọ́ tọ́mọ ẹ̀ jáde láyé ló sọ o. Ẹni tó wá fọ̀rọ̀ wá ní lẹ́nu wò wá sọ wípé kí ló dé tó ń pe gbogbo èèyàn tí ò wá pè wọ́n, ó ní kò pè mí. Èyí tó sọ wípé ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ tí kì í ṣe wípé àwọn Ògúngbè tẹ́ fẹ̀sùn kàn ẹ̀yin gangan lẹ jẹ̀bi ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní níbi ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò míì Akíngbolu Kabiru ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tẹ́niṣẹ́ ṣe ojú fún tó tún sọ o. Telling the public that he hates me so much like he even went as far as trying to cajole my brother-in-law to lie, like to implicate me one way or the other. Ó ní wípé nǹkan tí bàbá olóògbé ń sọ ni wípé ó sọ ní gbangba ta wípé kí àwọn ènìyàn kórìíra òun, wípé ó tún sọ wípé àbúrò olóògbé tí ń ṣe ọkùnrin wípé wọ́n fẹ́ pè é mára, wípé bàbá ẹ̀ fẹ́ pè é má bẹ́ wípé wò jẹ́ ká purọ́ mọ́ alábàárìn yìí, jẹ́ ká purọ́ mọ́ obìnrin tí ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ fẹ́ yìí, jẹ́ ká purọ́ mọ́ wípé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣe. Ó ní pé ó sọ níbi ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò. In another publication, she said the following words concerning our clients. Everything is documented here. Everything. This is from chamber to chamber. Ẹ̀yin àti dádì yín. That was on the 8th. Me, I can't forget that one. I think on the 8th of God bless you. I celebrate everybody. On the 8th of, when was this? I think April. Ẹ̀yin àti dádì yín, àánú yín ṣe mí. Ẹ má lọ ṣe DNA. Ẹ sì ń fi style. Ẹ sì ń ṣe okay, ẹ sì ń ṣe freestyle. Ẹ sì ń parọ́ fáwọn kíni máa ń pa àwọn people yẹn. Kíni máa pe àwọn people yẹn ná? Àwọn maga. Àwọn 30 mess mental health wọn. 30 sọ wọ́n di wèrè. Ẹ sì ń parọ́ wẹ́rẹ́ fún wọn. Ẹ má lọ ṣe DNA. No DNA, no burial. Ẹ sọ fún dádì yín. Wo dádì yín tó ti fẹ́ pé 60. Ẹ yá tètè sọ fún wọn. Liam sì kéré o. Kí wọ́n yá lọ tètè ṣe DNA. So, tẹ bá kàn rò wípé ẹ kàn lè máa bọ́ta máa fi style. Kí lẹ sọ, Mr. Paita? Barrister Ògúngbè. Barrister Ògúngbè did not even edit anything. If it is me, I will still edit that one. God. Oh my God. Kí lẹ sọ, Mr. Fata? Kan ló kù sẹ́nu ẹ. Ọlọ́run ṣe. Barrister Ògúngbè, ẹ bá mi táàgì wọn. Ẹ bá mi táàgì Barrister Ògúngbè. What is the meaning of this? Ẹ ti edit kankan bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí ló dé? Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God. The said publication was in Yoruba and can be translated. I won't translate it. There's no time. Yeah. I'm getting tired. Oh my God. So she also made the following statement against our client. I don't think this whole family feud can be settled anymore. Because what he's wanting is not what I can give. What he actually wants can never happen. Interviewer asked, what does he want? Your client replied, but talking about Cynthia, he actually wants the DNA of my child to be negative. You know, he wants to be in possession of my husband royalty. Nígbà tó lọ fún ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò, wọ́n ló tún sọ wípé ìjà tó wà láàrin ẹbí ò lè parí nítorí n tó ń béèrè tá lọ bá tí bàbá tí bàbá ń béèrè ohun kò lè ṣe. Ẹni tó fọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò wá ní kí ló ń béèrè? Ó ló ń fẹ́ kó jẹ́ wípé èsì àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ wípé kò mú yẹ́ẹ̀sì jáde. Ìyẹn wá ní kí ló dé? ipe torí pé kó ba lè gba gbogbo ipe kí bàbá olóògbé kó lè gba gbogbo ogún bí ọmọ ẹ̀ ní o. While we have advised our clients on the possibility, okay, ó mà kú kan níbo mo sọ sí the last page, okay. While we have advised our clients on the possibility of maintaining an action in defamation against your client, the conduct of your clients as reviewed in the various publications and interviews demonstrate a deliberate and sustained campaign calculated to portray our clients and the entire Aloba family in a false, malicious and odious light before members of the public. Thank you. The repeated allegations that our client desired the death of our child, orchestrated harm against her, and was motivated by greed over the deceased properties are grave imputations capable of lowering our clients in the estimation of right-thinking members of society. Good points. Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè wọ́n ní pé àwọn ti kọ̀wé o sí ẹ̀yìn Akíngbolu Kàbírù wípé láti wákàtí ẹ lọ́ọ́ jáwọ́ nínú àpọ̀ntí òyò kẹ́ lọ́ọ́ dá omi lálé náà. Òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ òun ló ṣe pàtàkì nítorí wípé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àlfàǹṣá èyí tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ̀ ń gorí ìkànnì ẹ̀ ń lọ sórí àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayélujára àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ láti máa sọ lójú àwọn ẹni bí ẹni, àwọn èèyàn bí èèyàn, àwọn olókìkí àtẹni jàǹkànjàǹkàn lóòótọ́, nítorí pé kíni ńgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ bá ń jáde lemọ́lemọ́ ó ṣeéṣe o kí àwọn wọ̀nyí máa rò wípé àbí òtítọ́ wà nínú irọ́ tó jẹ́ wípé ẹni tẹ́ ẹ ṣojú fún àtẹ̀yìn Akíngbolu tẹ́ ẹ ń wí àbótítọ́ wà ń bẹ wípé láti wákàtí kẹ́ ẹ jánu kú òun bẹ́ẹ̀ o nítorí wípé kò ń ṣe gbólóhùn tó lọ́lá. Wípé intẹ́ ń sọ nípa ẹni bàbá olóògbé ni wípé ó fẹ́ pa ọmọ yín lára, wípé ó ń pinnu aburú sí arábìnrin tí à ń pè ní Cynthia láwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí kò sì rí bẹ́ẹ̀, wípé nǹkan tí bàbá olóògbé ń lépa nìkan ni láti gba ogún ọmọ ẹ̀, wípé kò wá ìdájọ́ òdodo, wípé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n jìnnà pátápátá sí òtítọ́. Kẹ́ má sọ ọmọ o. Your clients repeated references to our clients in emotionally charged interviews and social media broadcasts clearly transcend expressions of grief or personal opinion and amount to direct accusation of wickedness, manipulation and criminal intent without any lawful justification. Wípé bí ẹni tẹ́ ìṣojú fún tí ń ṣe Cynthia bó ti ń lọ káàkiri àwọn ọ̀kan ni kò lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni ọ̀fọ̀ ṣẹ̀ àbí ẹni tó ń wá ìdájọ́ òdodo àbí òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n ó ń lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó wá láti kan bàbá olóògbé máa gbélébùú kó bá lè di wípé ó gbé jáde lójú àwọn ènìyàn, kì í ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí àánú tọ́ sí ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ dá lẹ́bi. Èyí ò sì kò jẹ́ nǹkan tó dáa lábẹ́ òfin. The publications were not made privately but disseminated widely through TikTok, Arise News, Channels Television and other social media platforms with the obvious consequence of damaging our client's reputation before millions of viewers. Yeah, last page. Yeah, page 22. Ṣé o. Lastly, thank you for being there. 151 adẹ̀dúró látẹ̀kan Jesus, I celebrate all of you o. Come on, ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra yín náà. Let me see the emoji of clap for yourself o. Clap for yourself. Oh. You people that are here, you are wonderful. Mohbad Magba justice long. Just clap for yourself, every one of you. Oh yeah, let the clap emoji. Let it go. You have really done well. That you can be standing. Oh my God. We love you. Yes. This is very wonderful. Jesus. Now, the last page. Furthermore, your client's statement concerning DNA, alleged deceit, manipulation of the public, and insinuations that our client desired a negative paternity result were clearly designed to ridicule and scandalize our client and his family. The repeated use of inflammatory expression such as no DNA, no burial, coupled with insinuation that our client and members of the Aloba family were dishonest and manipulative, exposed our client to hatred, ridicule, and contempt in the eyes of the public. Such statements are not mere casual utterances but calculated, yes, defamatory expression made in a highly publicized atmosphere capable of provoking public hostility against our client. Your client's conduct is aggravated by the fact that these statements were made despite the sensitive circumstances surrounding the plight of the disease and what public emotions were already heightened. Again, too, Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè lóyìn kọ̀wé lọ wípé sẹ́ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ náà kò sí àyẹ̀wò ẹ̀jẹ̀, kò sí gbígbésìn wípé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí kò fi gbòǹgbò múlẹ̀ ni àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé ó mú Ègún àti èṣùṣù lọ́wọ́ láti lè gbé bàbá olóògbé sí gbàgede ìdálẹ́bi àti ìfisùn lójú àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n dìde tì láti ràn án lọ́wọ́ wípé ìgbésẹ̀ tí Akíngbolu, Kàbírù àti ẹni tí wọ́n ṣojú fún ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbé kì í ṣe fún rere kankan ṣùgbọ́n láti lè mú kí àánú tó yẹ kó bá ìdílé Alọ́ba rìn wípé láti lè mú àdínkù bá àánú náà òun ni àwọn gbólóhùn wọ̀nyí kì í ṣe fún ìṣerere wọn. In conclusion, we categorically reject your demand for retraction. Gbas. Dayọ̀ Ògúngbè àtàwọn tán jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní kò jọ kàkà kí ilẹ̀ kú ilẹ̀ aṣá ni. Ó ní kò jọ wípé káwa wá tọrọ àforíjì àbí ká sọ wípé àwọn tá a ti sọ àwí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn ò lè ṣe àbí wípé ká bẹ̀bẹ̀. In conclusion, we categorically reject your demand for retraction, apology, or any admission of liability. Wípé àwa o Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè o àti ìdílé Alọ́ba lápapọ̀ a kọ̀ ọ́ jálẹ̀ afàákí ẹ̀kọ́ rí pé àwa ò ní sọ wípé a wí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. A ò sì ní bẹ̀bẹ̀ kankan bí tí wò mọ́. A ò sì ní gbà wípé ẹ̀sùn yín tẹ́ fi kàn wá wípé abanilórúkọ jẹ́, àwa ò ní gbà pé abanilórúkọ jẹ́ torí gbogbo ohun tá a wí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rí tó dáńtọ́ àti tó ní ìpínlẹ̀yìn àkọsílẹ̀ ní fọ́nrán àti ní wíwò ni. Our clients and our partner remain firmly convinced that the circumstances surrounding the plight of the disease warrant comprehensive reinvestigation and public scrutiny. The statements complained of were made in good faith, founded on existing facts, protected by law, and devoid of malice. Wọ́n ní Ògúngbè àti Ògúngbè pé ń tá a kọ síbí lójú ewé 22 gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdáhùn sí ń tẹ́ wí fún wa kò mú ìkùnsínú kankan lọ́wọ́. Òfin kín lẹ́yìn, àwọn ẹ̀rí máa jẹ́ mi ìṣó ń bẹ, ó sì wá láti ọkàn òdodo tí kò ní ẹja ń bá kàn nínú. Wọ́n wá ní pé consequently your threats of legal action are viewed as entirely premature and unfounded. Nevertheless, should your client elect to commence proceeding, please hear that. Let everybody hear that. We are fully prepared to defend same vigorously, while also taking all necessary legal steps to protect the interests of our clients. Wow. Omaniga shapropro, omaniga shaprapra, cover face like lagbaja. Mi ò mọ̀ yòókù, mi ò rántí dáadáa. Now, lákòótán wípé ìdúkokò wípé tá a bá bẹ̀yìn àbí ká gbà wípé gbogbo ẹ̀sùn tẹ́ ẹ fi kàn wá wípé lóòótọ́ la jẹ̀bi, tá a bá bẹ̀yìn pé ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ wa lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́, Ògúngbè àtògúngbè ní ẹ máa bá a bọ̀ wípé àwọn ṣetán, àwọn dúró, wípé ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀fẹ́ gbé ẹgbẹ́ lábẹ́ òfin, a máa pàdé nílé ẹjọ́ o. Ẹjẹ́ a máa fi dá yín lójú. Wọ́n ní please be assured of our professional courtesy. Yours faithfully, for Ògúngbè and Ògúngbè attorneys, with the National Bar Association stamp. Mo pàtẹ́wọ́ fúnra mi. God bless you all. Ní dánìkan ṣayé lórúkọ Jésù. Gbogbo yín pátápátá. Tẹ́ bá wo ẹ̀yìn wò báyìí tẹ́ lẹ́ ń wá nǹkan. Kẹ́ tó gbójú yẹn padà. Ọ̀run á dá yín lóhùn. You will not walk alone. God bless you. I don't know. I'm sure this is very direct, very clear. Abi, yes. So, ó switch sí back camera mi. Dá padà náà. Cancel. Cancel now. Okay. Sorry. Ẹ má bínú, mo ti lọ tẹ̀ nǹkankan. Sorry, I want to do it back to kó face mi. Kí ni mo lọ tẹ̀? Ṣe ṣáà ṣì ń gbọ́ mi ṣá? Kí ni mo lọ tẹ̀ báyìí? I don't know what I pressed to. Pause and reset. Okay. Flip camera. Okay. So ká lè rí ojú mi padà. Okay. Now, thank you. So that is that about the response of Ògúngbè to the chambers of Kabir, Akingbolu and co. Honestly, what I would have loved tó bá jẹ́ wípé ó yá ń kọ́ọ̀tù ni, nítorí pé àìlèjà níta bàbá mi ò débí báyìí, àìlèjà níta bàbá mi ò débí, honest. And I'm sure by the write-up you can get it. Please, anywhere you hear it, know that everything there has been detailed, very, very detailed. And I give it to God for this time, and of course for choosing out a Joshua to continue to lead us on in this movement. Yes, giving us a Joshua to move us on and on and on. And I pray that in that time, tó jẹ́ wípé the answer that we have by tears and everything planted in the days of the reaping, none of us will be missing in Jesus.